She forgot to plug in the mic. Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is going to be a fun live.
Can you just do this? Oh my goodness. Well, hello everybody. Yeah, it wasn't plugged in. One of those days, you know. Oh, it should be okay now. It was probably just at the beginning. Yeah, that's better, Bree says. Okay, try this intro again. Hello everybody. Welcome to the live. Welcome to my replay viewers and welcome to my watchers. We are so happy to have you guys here today. Looks like a full house. We have Bree, we have Annie, Kiersey. Good to see you. How have you been, girl? Jeez. Out on the road doing all that trucking. We have Rolly in the house. Comfort Foods and More stopped by. Good to see you. We have Amy here. She's working, but she'll be listening. Better watch what we say, guys. No, kidding. So, I do have a little birdie that has told me something. And as people roll in, this little birdie is going to be sharing something. It's breaking news, guys. Just like up here, it's breaking news.
Breaking news.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to zip it because I don't want to give it away. You can see I'm super excited. You guys will probably be pretty happy too once this birdie pops in. So you'll see. You will see. How's everybody been? I can see you guys are all freezing your buns off. Kiersey, you cracked me right up when you said the bit about the contacts freezing. I didn't even think that could happen. Kiersey says she's ready to get off the road and move to Vegas. Ooh.
Wow.
Is that a dream or you're planning to do that? Like, is the plan in motion or it's just something that you're just kind of thinking of? Done with the -20. I know when it gets that cold, your nose, it freezes. It sticks together a bit when you go out. Yeah, it's like living in a freezer right now, right? I can get away with that. I can't be bothered with that kind of weather. It's not good for a trucker to have frozen contacts. Oh, that is hilarious. Oh, I need my lights on. Hang on. Where's my lighting?
I don't know.
Lights, camera, action. I don't know. My buttons aren't working. I was offered a job in Vegas. Oh, you're deciding. Ooh, very nice.
Very nice.
Oh, that's going to be so good. I hope it works out for you. Yeah. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Are you on your own out there or do you have somebody that would go with you? Super exciting. Super exciting. Kiersey's got some good stuff coming up as well. Offered a new job in Vegas, deciding whether she goes or not. Good stuff. Amy. Nobody's doing Speedos. No. No Speedos. No. We're not doing all that. Let me grab my link here. So if anybody wants to come up on panel, they're welcome to. There it is. Single. I dumped my man. He yelled at me in the house. See, that's a big no-no. Don't mess with a trucker. I'm telling you. Yeah. My dad, I think I told you this before. My dad was a long haul trucker and yeah, he didn't put up with anything from anybody either. Yeah. The truckers, they stand their ground well. But then being a trucker's daughter, I stand my ground pretty well too. It's a no-no. Yeah. Okay, guys, we do have somebody in the basement. Hang on. Hey, Bree.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Bree. I'm good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, so you definitely don't need somebody who's going to tell you how it is in your own house. Yeah. That's not happening. Don't want to see me in a thong.
You don't want to see me in one.
Yeah, you don't want to see me in a thong either. I have some love handles that, I'm not 25 or 19 anymore, like.
Well, I ain't got a butt anymore, but.
Thongs and bathing suits just aren't my thing these days. Yeah. Funny when you're young, you want to be all that, and then you get in your 40s and 50s and you're like, yeah, I'm not about that anymore. I gave him an option to pay the mortgage and live there alone or get the hell out. Good for you. Good for you. Definitely worth a clap. Good for you. Yep. Take nothing from nobody. Yep. Good for you. I'm glad you did that.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's a mutual thing, right? That like everything has to be even or it's nothing. Yeah. Yeah. He can't be in for a free ride, If there's a medical condition, that's a bit different, but no, like it's together or it's nothing. Good for you. Yeah. And you probably feel a lot better too. Okay, hang on, guys. I have somebody else in the basement.
It's rolling.
It's rolling.
How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, not a whole heap. Hang on, I've got to get my pop-out chat running. Yeah, pop it up.
So Roland's just getting himself together. It's his morning, so he's on his first coffee and let all the cats out and fed and getting everything all set up over there.
Pretty much done.
Oh, he wasn't freeloading. Oh, he was just nasty. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's not acceptable either. No.
What have I missed? What's going on?
Well, Kirsty dumped her man, and she gave him an option to pay the mortgage and live there or get the hell out.
Ah, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing's for nothing.
Kirsty just doesn't take anything from anybody. She's a truck driver, and I'm telling you, truckers do not take any BS from anybody for anything. It's a one-track mind. It's this way or that's it, Yeah. She stands her ground well, and I really like that about Kirsty. I think that's how her and I connected so well. Yeah, our personalities are very much alike. But I'm a trucker's daughter, so learned a lot from my dad about don't take any BS from anybody, Yeah. But yeah, Kirsty, you probably feel a lot better to be able to do your own thing and come and go when you want. And, you don't have the ball and chain, they say. Yeah. Mind you, not every relationship is like that, nor should it feel like that, but sometimes when you're with the wrong one, it does feel like a ball and chain. Oh, no, you're not, Kirsty. Not at all. No, Kirsty has the sweetest laugh. I get such a kick out of her laugh. Yeah. Yeah. No, you're very sweet. Yeah. I just love Kirsty. Mm-hmm.
So what, you guys got snow yet? What's happening?
No snow. I'm getting ripped off. Everybody's getting the snow but us. Still. Every time we go live. Still nothing.
Chill of minus 25, but
ooh. Yeah,
minus 25.
Feels like you're living in a freezer.
Oh, yeah, freezers even go that cold. They just maintain stuff.
Yeah, maybe we're colder than what our freezer is, Yeah, and Kirsty's contacts are freezing. Her contacts are freezing in her eyeballs. I've never heard about that before.
I mean, we're at 21 and I'm cold.
Cold. 21 degrees cold.
21 and it's cold. Yeah.
That's like a spring day for us, what you're having right now. Yeah, and look at me. I'm just in a thin sweater-like thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
I don't know.
Hold my blanket.
Come on.
No idea. You guys are cold. You guys are cold-blooded. Minus 26 there. Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a burr.
Yeah, she's on the East Coast. She's getting the brunt of it.
Yeah.
Minus 26. That's
Mm.
insane.
Annie made supper tonight. Kraft pizza, salad. Added a hard-boiled egg. Yeah, that's good like that. I like that way. Give me a second. With an egg in it, Annie? Definitely. Let me check the weather network. I'll tell you guys what it is here currently. I'll tell you live. You heard it here first. It's going to be getting mild. Minus 11. It feels like minus 17 currently. Oh, it's not as cold. Okay. And then Celsius, that would, or not Celsius, Fahrenheit. That would be, it's 12 degrees and feels like 1 in Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
I'm glad we don't get that cold. We get cold enough, but I'm glad we don't get that cold.
Well, it's not too bad when it hits this temperature. It's when it really goes down. Whew. Chrissy says everything froze. The trailer doors. Ooh, my windows. I'm calling ice cream. Ice cream. Whoa.
He's running reefer.
Ice cream. You're right, Kirsty. Who would want ice cream when you're already freezing? Not unless they've got their heat turned right up in their house. I don't know. Jeez. What a time to do ice cream. You want to come on? Come on. Come on. Come on. Get over here. Come on.
Louisiana, that's snow.
Oh, guys, this dog. Come on. You want
She's
to
coming to me, but she doesn't want to come up.
Yeah, it wants me.
I know, that's why.
It was more than. Ooh, I think it was Winnipeg that was hitting that Annie. Yeah.
Yeah, Winnipeg got the brunt of it because they're all
Yeah, like your skin will start freezing it, and you're risking frostbite.
frostbite.
That's in Winnipeg. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 68 here right now, and it's still too
6
cold.
inches of snow, Kiersey. Woo! I love snow. What's that, Brie?
Said it's 68 right now, but it's still too cold. 72 is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still cold for you. I mean, we're all living in different climates, right? So we get used to, whatever temperature. Roland says the ideal temperature for humans is between 68 to 77. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. The range is called the what? Thermal neutral zone. Did I say that right?
pretty close.
Okay. Roland. Casey says, I thought my fridge broke, then I realized the truck was colder than. Ooh, yeah. You would start thinking that. This weather. Oh, northern New Brunswick, Annie. Okay.
Yeah, those sort of temperatures you got, you don't need a fridge. Not at all.
Well, yeah, you have a big get together, you can put everything outside.
Yeah.
It stays cold.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And
Yeah. So yeah, you go to the shop, get all your weekly groceries, and then when you come home, you just open up the back door and just chuck it all out on the grass.
you would need to put it in bins, though, at least for my area. We've got a lot of raccoons, so.
Oh yeah, and you got mice and rats and things and all that sort of stuff too.
Right.
Yeah, they'd be having a feast on your spoilings for dinner.
Well, we're okay for rats where we are, but there are different spots throughout the city that it's pretty rat infested. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not good.
Kersey's door even was sticking because of the cold. Like it was icing up, freezing. So that's cold. When you're having a hard time getting in to your truck, your car, whatever, that it's cold when you're struggling to open that door.
When you can't get in or out.
Kirsty, you'll have to keep me updated on what you've decided after you've given it some thought. If you're going to take the opportunity in Vegas, you have to let me know.
Those sort of temperatures, do you have to put a heater under the sump of the car or anything?
Some people put a heater block on their car overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the block heaters in the car.
Yeah,
so
the
they
block
can plug
heaters.
them in and it
Keeps the engine warm.
Keeps the engine and the fluids warm in the engine.
Yeah, some people do that.
Some people do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What does that go underneath it or in the engine bay?
Right in the engine itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the engine block heater. It's built right in with the engine.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A warm idea, really.
Piercy says, I have to open the truck hood for inspection. That was frozen shut too. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy smoke. So what do you do to get in there?
Great.
Keep crying?
Keep
Pry-
crying,
pry it?
Trust me, I know. I've been there and done
Yeah.
that.
A couple years ago, we had a power outage in the winter. My niece just opened her patio door and threw what was in the fridge and freezer out on the snow on the patio. Yes. And I remember get-togethers growing up. That's what my aunt would do. Christmas get-togethers.
Yeah.
Everything was just sitting outside
Sitting
in a
outside
big
the-
group of stuff. And they had it. She had it organized where when you need something, there's a little pathway that you could grab your stuff. And yeah,
Or if you had coolers and you didn't have ice, you just go get snow.
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you sprayed it with Windex and alcohol. Oh, that's smart. Good tip. I like that. Good tip. Very good
Yeah,
tip.
you can buy that the fuel de-icer,
The
antifreeze-
de-icer?
the antifreeze stuff, the gasoline tanks. You
Okay.
can use that too. It's all alcohol.
Yeah, I wouldn't know all that. Well, I don't drive a car, so
I wouldn't know any of it.
learn as
So
I
they-
go.
These block heaters, do they have to be installed in the engine, or what's the deal?
Up here in north, where the cars are destined to, it's automatically done at the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what do? Plug that into mains power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Car fires up like a jiffy.
Mm-hmm. So to switch gears, like the title says, a little birdie told me,
Mm.
and my birdie is up on the panel. Take it away, Roland.
I am now officially a grandfather of 2 kids.
So
Yeah.
exciting! He's a
Twins?
grandpa.
Yeah,
Holy.
Yeah, my son's wife or partner had 2 kids, twins.
She had
Wow.
twins.
Congratulations.
A
So
boy
exciting.
and a girl. Boy and a girl.
Now they can stop.
So that'd be maternal twins.
Pretty much. Yeah. No need to go any further. That's it. Job done. All over in one go.
Oh,
Yeah, which is really cool.
I am super excited. Yeah, a bunch of little Rolands running around.
Yeah.
Look out, cat.
Oh yeah, the cats.
I thought he was going to say his cat was pregnant. No.
The
No,
cats would
no,
take
no.
right off. Mm-hmm.
Fraternal twins. That's
The cats had run a mile. They'd absolutely run a mile. Yeah. So no, all went well with the delivery, and Mum and Bubs are all doing very, very well. So this weekend, more than likely, the mother will come home, and the babies are going to stay in hospital for probably till around about the 30th, I think.
They preemies?
Slightly, yes. Yeah. But they like to keep them in hospital until their full determined term, just to make sure they're growing properly and everything else is going well. So, yeah, awesome stuff.
Super exciting.
Bit late in the stage to become a grandfather because, but, better late than never.
Well, age is just a number. I mean, people are having kids at different ages and stages in their life. So, I don't think it really even matters anymore these days, whether you're younger, you're older, everybody's just having them whenever.
Yeah.
There's it's not set anymore. I think years ago it was set, but yeah, not so much these days.
Yeah.
But you're right. Better now than never. Yeah. Super exciting.
They're not fraternal twins. This was an in vitro fertilization program.
Oh.
because they tried. They've been on the IVF for a little while. They had three goes at it, and attempt 4 took quite well, and everything's flowing along right the way from beginning to end on this one.
Wow. Okay.
So nice.
Ivy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mum was at the gym still about 4 days before going into hospital and having the kids.
What a trooper. My goodness. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Beverly D'Angelo had twins at 50. Oh my goodness, I'm 50. There's no way I would do it. 50 years old. Wow. Wow. My grandma was a twin, and every woman in the family was terrified to have twins, I guess. Because once there's twins, then there's a good chance that they're going to continue, right?
IVF. Virtual twins.
My aunt had multiple sets of twins, but she
Ooh.
only has one living set of twins.
Oh my goodness.
She
Wow.
had one set of twins that only one of the babies lived
Yeah.
and the other baby didn't.
Wow. There's twins that run in my family too. My one sister and brother, they're twins. But I never had
there's
them.
twins run in our family as well. But yeah, this is because it's IVF. It's not unusual to have twins.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just reading that now.
Oh, so nice though.
Luckily, they didn't have any more than just twins.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think she would have had the room to have any more because she's
Yeah.
a very, very light framed woman.
Her body wouldn't have handled that.
Yeah.
And it says my mom's grandmother had a baby at 63. That's insane.
That's crazy.
No. Forget that. I'm 50 also. Screw that, Kiersey says. Yeah, we're not doing all that.
Yeah, in the 60s. Wow. I mean,
Mm-mm.
it's doable, but
Mm.
Well, I can't
Yeah.
have babies, so I'm all
Yeah.
good there.
Yeah, I'm not.
well,
I'm not
I'm with you, Brie. I can't either.
I would
My
hope
two-
not, Rolly.
my tubes are tied, so I'm not doing all that. Forget
I
that.
had a hysterectomy, so I'm good.
Well, I have all my parts, but I'm not doing kids.
Mm.
Grandkids would be nice one day, but yeah.
Well, I would love to have a grandkid, but my son's not dating, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't got any grandkids, Brie?
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
No, my son's
And-
not even dating right now.
Ah.
He's
Well, there's
concentrating on his job.
yeah, right. Well, there is a remote chance that this might come to fruition for Jessica.
Yeah, there's a chance one day. I don't know when. I haven't heard any talk as of right now.
Yeah. Well, you might want to start sort of giving them some hints, buying some baby booties and just sort of
Yes.
sending them to them and, bits and pieces like that.
Exactly. Give them little hints. That's right. It's about time there, son. I know I told you to wait later in life. Well, now it's later in life.
Yeah.
He'll be 33 this year, so it's time.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
My mom said,
I'll be back.
And the work starts.
my mom said you're not a real parent until you have 3 kids. Then 4, 5, 6 don't matter. You're already crazy. I had two boys. One passed, unfortunately, back in '96. But yeah, that's where I stopped. I stopped at 2. I was like, yep, tie them tubes. I'm done. How could she have not gone through menopause at 63? Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, because, well, I went through menopause early, but
I went through it twice because I'm still going through my second menopause.
yeah. And menopause usually starts happening around 50, so that's pretty interesting at 63 that she'd have a child. Like, what's going on there?
Because I went through it when I had my hysterectomy, and now I'm going through it again.
Oh, okay. My cousin had 3 sets of twins. The first pair died. The other 2 sets are still living. And that's the thing. They are at high risk of passing. Yeah. Unless, of course, a 90-year-old billionaire with a heart condition asked me to have his baby. That would work. Kiersey. Of course, right? We're going to take the billionaires. I couldn't have any, so I got reborns instead. Yes. Yep. Yep. Gives you that kind of that feel. I'm so sorry that it couldn't happen though, you know? But according to mom, you could still separate two fighting kids, so not a real parent. Kirsty, you're funny. Yeah, 3 sets. That's bizarre. That is really bizarre. Yeah. Well, back in the day, like I had my kids very young. Pregnant at 17, had my first when I was 18, and then 4 years later, I had my second son. And I mean, I'm telling you, being young, you would have like a basket in one hand, your basket of laundry. You would have your child on the other hip, and you'd be over at the sink, flicking on the water to soak your dishes. Then you would deal with your son and fold your laundry, and then get to the sink and get your dishes. That like you were super mom, right? You did everything. These days, though, I don't think I'd have the energy for all that. I do think about my babies. Yes, you would think what they would look like. Yeah, absolutely. And it would depend on what guy, of course, you know, but yeah, you would sit and think about it. I couldn't have any after surgery, so I borrowed other people's. Adoption works too, you know. If you can't have kids, you can always adopt.
I almost had 2. I had a miscarriage, and then I had my son.
Yeah. I mean, my parents, they adopted all of us, me and my other siblings. We were all adopted, so you know, if you can give a chance to adopt others, well, at our age, it's a bit difficult. You know, when you hit like 50 and on, it's too much work. You know, not that kids aren't a blessing, of course they are, but you don't have the same kind of energy when you get older. But adoption always works. So if you can't have your own kids when you're younger, then definitely adoption, because it gives a child a second chance in life, you know. And sometimes the kids that need to be adopted, they've been through quite the traumas, but it's nothing that can't be overcome, right? Like you go through counseling, and like the parent and the children go through counseling together and talk it all out. And I mean, they end up living a fruitful life, you know, and I'm living example of it. So okay, I need my mods in right now. RB, are you modding?
Okay.
We're not dealing with all that.
No.
I'm gonna hide that one right now.
God.
I used an app to see what my kids would look like with my hubby. Look like his mother. I got over wanting kids real fast. Oh, that is hilarious. Yeah. In May, would be a great aunt. That's exciting. Exciting for everybody, for you, for them. Like, it's an exciting time for the family. My brother's granddaughter will be having her second baby, a girl this time. Ooh. Now she gets to have both. And I think that's so nice when people can have a boy and a girl, right? They experience both. Yeah, that's really nice.
Boom, we won't see that one for a while.
Kirsty likes to borrow other people's. Yeah, so for the next little bit, it looks like we need our mods on high alert.
I got that one.
Doesn't matter what they're saying. They're not relevant, so.
Just get them as they come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one I didn't even see coming.
Yeah.
My chat's a bit delayed.
Mine is pretty much to the computer this time.
Yeah.
So they said something about me, so I got it.
Yeah, they're not relevant, you know.
No.
We all know our worth, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, they do, eh? They do start pretty early. Yeah. Have nothing better to do with their time, and not very intelligent, so that's okay. We're here having a good time, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
See, stuff like that,
Oh,
that's
go.
gone. Yep.
Boom.
me to put my legs out, puppy? Here. There you go. Yeah, blow them kisses. Hey, Roger.
Hi,
Good
Roger.
to see you. So glad you made it today. I know, Kirsty. You know that they just they think they're ruining things when the rest of us are just fluffing it off like whatever.
They
Like
really bother us. They're just wasting time and wasting data.
they're wasting their own time is what's going on there. Yeah.
Ba-doom.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Chicago. Good boy.
It was nice to have your short stay there, trolls, but we're just not doing that. They say, don't be a Karen. Good grief. Don't be a Shirley. Oh, funny stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, probably. They make a zillion accounts and just keep jumping until they're tired of it. They
Eventually, YouTube is going to delete their account because they're cracking down on that stuff.
yes, yeah.
They can't.
They go for the IP account now.
They can't come up with someone else. Oh, here they go.
Yep, here we go.
Add a user.
Bye bye.
Hey, Wakey!
Wakey, surely you're not serious.
Hi, Wakey.
That's a good one, Wakey. Love it.
I'd rather have a Shirley Temple. Like,
Ooh, Shirley Temple.
Good. We got another.
Hey, Peter!
oh, Peter. Okay, you're safe.
Good
Hi,
to
Peter.
see you.
So
What is going on down under? We have Wakey and Peter in the house rolling.
I'm back.
So,
Hi,
Rolly, how do
Rolly.
you tell Wakey and Peter what this little birdie told me?
Oh, I am a grandfather.
Eat a
Grandpapa. I don't know. What are the different names for a grandfather, guys?
Grandpa, Papa.
Yep, Papa.
Uh,
You want down?
Puppy.
Come on.
oh,
Did we have a
Oh,
troll
Opa,
in?
that's a good one. Opa.
yeah, Opa.
Did we have a troll in there or something?
Yeah, we had some
Oh, yeah.
tools.
Wasting their time. I mean, it's not wasting my time. I'm having a good time with everybody, but they're wasting their time.
You're a no-no.
Yeah, that's European. Yeah,
Yeah, no for Italian.
Poppy. Yeah,
Poppy, yeah, that's a good one.
old man, grumpy old man.
Opa is a Greek saying when we dance. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Opa. That's it.
I love
I'm-
that.
I'm thinking of.
I'm going to change my background. Hang on a sec here.
Opa, which is German.
Mm-hmm.
Grobuffer, whatever.
I'm thinking of Mopa. There you go. Mopa. What do you reckon?
Is that another word for Papa or Grandpa?
And according to the Australian slang, you're known
Yep.
as Gramps.
Yeah. Gramps. Yeah.
It also may include Pop, Pappy,
Yeah.
Bubba, Doo-Doo,
Doo-doo.
depending on the area.
Yeah, I wouldn't do doo-doo. Who's doing doo-doo?
That is according to Google. AI overview.
Kirsty says mine were pop pop. Oma is German for grandfather. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And my mom's dad was SOB. I met once. Kirsty's hilarious.
I like that.
Yeah.
Another one, according to AI overview.
Ain't that Ain't that where someone steps on your gas?
There you go.
Yeah.
Wiki.
Rubenvater. It's formal German. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Princess, I don't have your treats here. I don't have them. I don't have them here.
Oh, Princess is bugging you?
Yeah, she's down below me crying.
Oh, I'll print that.
Yeah, so an exciting time to be a grandpa right in the new year. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah,
have
they'll-
two little ones tugging at your leg.
Well, it'd be more like tugging at mum and dad's leg, I think. Yeah,
Well,
I'll catch up with them when they're about 10 years old. That's all right.
Not 10. I'm sure they'll be popping in quite often. That's when they're going to be tugging at you. It'll be interesting to see what they do call you, though.
Yeah. Well, just so long as it's not SOB, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's right. Jersey.
The old wise one. They can call me that.
I
Get
know, almost to
divorced
get
to
knocked
custom
down
law.
already.
And according in
Yeah.
Aborigines, you're known as Neomi.
Numi. Naomi.
NYUMI.
New Year is going fast, almost a month down already. I don't know where the time went, Kiersey. I really don't.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
already 22nd.
Thanks for effort, RB. Mix up
Yeah, they are,
W.
Peter. They're getting younger these days. Yep.
Yeah,
Here's
well,
your effort, RB. Here, RB, read that one. You get an A for effort.
yeah. Oh, glamour. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
glamour. I like that one because we're glamorous.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Mopar because I'm a Chrysler head. So
No. Can you grab Princess's treats back there? She's wanting a treat. She's not letting up here. Is Frenzy on the couch?
She's up on top of the couch.
Old, certainly, wise, never.
She's not going for the pink. She's not
Yeah.
going for the pinkish blanket. She's on the blanket.
no comment from Amy. Thank you for your support, Amy. It's always warming and welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hate to think what Amy would put a label on that for me.
So when are you going to see the grandkids next?
I might pop down to the hospital tomorrow and have a look.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've held them?
No.
Oh, you haven't. They're not letting them out of the crib yet?
Only to the parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get to touch them? Like put your hands in and be able to touch them?
No, we haven't done that either.
Okay. So it's going to
Yeah.
take a bit of time before you can do any kind of hands-on with them.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right, though. I mean, a couple
Yeah,
weeks
yeah.
will fly by.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I bet you're
Yeah.
dying to hold them, though.
Yeah. No, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
God,
just to hold
it'll
them.
bring back memories, I tell you.
Absolutely.
Josie wants to know she missed the names of the babies.
The names,
Yeah.
Lincoln and Kira.
Lincoln and Kiera.
Lincoln and Kira.
I love it. Love it. Well, watching while I'm having a late breakfast. Oh, Peter. Nearly lunchtime. That is late. My times are out of whack.
Nearly dinner time here.
Here, give her a bunch.
Oh, she's got some more. Yeah, they really are. Peter says nice names. He really likes them.
Where are we?
Uh,
That one.
Ooh.
Kiersey says nice. So happy for you.
Yeah, no, it's good. Very, very
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad that everything went quite well without any real dramas. It's not one of these pregnancies that's riddled with problems and difficulties. You know,
That's right.
it was an easy birth, and everybody's doing very well.
Mm,
Yeah, you couldn't ask for better, really.
yeah, yeah. And they're being cared for so well at the hospital, both mom and the babies.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm. And dad's
and they,
hanging in there. He's holding them and feeding them. He's such a good dad.
yeah, no, he's doing everything he should do. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
such a good dad. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. No, he's doing everything he should. So that's all good.
yeah. A lot of people forget about the dad, right? That everybody's like, "How's mom? How's the babies?" And they ask all kinds of questions about mom and baby, but then they leave out the
Yeah,
poor
yeah,
dad.
yeah. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah. But I'm so glad that your son's doing very well with them.
yeah.
Yeah. Feeding
Uh,
them and looking after them, and it warms my heart when I see a dad that close to their children. Oh, what happened? Something happened. What happened?
Rolly fell
Press
out.
the wrong button.
Yes, he did.
He's getting excited.
We're sharing the excitement, and then he's gone.
And he's gone.
It is their first Kiersey, yes. Yep. They had the what did they call that, Brie?
IVF.
IVF. So they had the IVF, and
You might need the link again.
he's got the link. This is their first round, and they got it on their first try. So talk about a big surprise to be having your first child ends up to be children. So exciting, though. They're excited. The mom and dad are very excited, very happy. Yeah, it's like an instant love, as soon as they're born and you lay eyes on them, it's just like it's love. My brother couldn't have kids. He puked changing a diaper of our nephew. Grandpa. The fun will begin when they start asking questions. Yes, they get very curious. They want to know everything.
Yeah.
And then when you explain it to them, they still don't understand. They're still asking. IVF is expensive. Glad. Yes, it did. It took very quick, and she did well all throughout the pregnancy. Like Roland said, that her frame is fairly small. And it's always a worry on if the babies are going to be okay, if they're going to carry to term. And she did. Yeah. Yeah. I know I was thinking about them constantly throughout the process and praying for them that everything was going to work out well. And it was perfect. Everything was perfect. Yeah. Oh, hang on, guys. I do have somebody in the basement.
What's the password?
Rolly! What did you do? What
Hey.
happened?
We bombed out. Our net dropped out for a sec.
Uh-oh.
The internet gods aren't working well, huh?
Yeah.
It fell
Well,
off
my
the
power did that the other day. My power just went.
Mhm.
By the way, Roger sent a picture in the group.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget my pictures too.
Kiersey says she's glad that it took quickly, the IVF. All right, let me go in here.
It wasn't cheap though. I think it cost them 36,000 to get to where they got now.
Yeah, that's what Kiersey was saying. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive here in the States, that's for sure. I don't know what it is because I have mine natural.
Yeah, I did too. Cared for at hospital. A few years ago, my cousin's water broke at breakfast, was in delivery room for 11, gave birth at lunch, and was home for dinner. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy. That fast.
Here they keep you almost a day and then they send you home by the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not in trouble. You're so sensitive. Come on. Bye.
I was sent home the next day when I had my son.
Right.
I had my son at 10:30 in the morning. The next day, it was Sunday morning, and I was sent home. And then I was back in the hospital the following Friday with an infection.
Oh, geez.
Oh dear.
That's not good.
But spent a week.
Hmm.
Just trying to get these photos up here. Worth it though. My tummy tuck and lipo. Ooh, that's pretty expensive, Kiersey. 18,000. Wow.
Yeah, it's up there. That is up there for sure.
I'm just trying to get this screen thing to run. Okay, so I've got a picture of Roger. Hang on a second here. There he is. He's got May May right there. Aww.
Don't forget
Cool.
mine.
No, I won't forget yours. I think they're pooped out from their walk. His caption, when he sent it, he says, "This one ran herself out." Looks like you're a little bit tired too there, Roger. Very nice. It was her third, came out like a rocket. Some babies really do come out fast, though. I have a sister that was born in a taxi. She didn't even make it to the hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister was born in the ambulance on the way to the hospital.
Ooh. They want out, right? They're like, "What's going on?"
My nephew came out like a football.
Wow.
I
Really
was
fast.
actually in the delivery room. He came out quick.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's funny.
He came shooting out.
Yes. Let me grab
there we
Bree's
go.
photos. Okay, I've got. Well,
Wow, Peter.
my sister had twins at the age of 47, 8 years ago. Wow. Yeah, I was saying earlier, I couldn't do it. Like, I'm 50 and I couldn't do that. Mm-mm. I'm like, that's that. Well, maybe because I did it young and now I'm just like, I'm over it. Once I get sucked and tucked, I will be looking good. Well, breast. Oh, you're getting a breast reduction as well. Geez, you're getting the works, Kiersey.
I need one of those. I just had to lose weight first.
Roger says, "I see you're developing a very similar situation. I have a partial shadow." Yes, she's just like right here. She's got to be a part of the show. I did have another one. Her name was Kiera, and she passed. But it was the same thing with Kiera. She always had to be right up on my lap on the live. Yeah, but yeah, I've developed the same thing.
So you got another cure in this sense.
I do have another Kiera in a sense. Yes. She's actually a lot like Kiara, believe it or not. She's very sucky and I don't know, just her attitude, her demeanor, everything. Like there's just so many things that are just like Kiara. My sister said to me, maybe she's reincarnated or something. I'm like, I don't know. I have a
don't believe in that
and
stuff, but
partial tick forming as well. Glad she is. She's adjusting perfectly. I can't believe it. I mean, it's coming up on 2 weeks. Is it? Oh no, it's Wednesday, so it's been 2 weeks. Yeah. I think she's a rescue dog from before me. So when there's certain sounds, like I was closing a lid, and it made a snap sound when I shut the lid. You know how like when you push on it, sometimes it goes pop or a snap or whatever?
Yep.
Freaked her right out. She took off, like she jumped back, and then she cowered and started whining and yelping. So I don't know what's happened to her in her life, but it's definitely a lot of reassuring for her. I have to reassure her that everything's okay, nothing's happening. So I'm really glad that she landed in a loving home rather than somebody who yells or,
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's adjusting very well, Roger. Very well.
How does she get on with you, RB?
Good. She's getting along. She's being more not friendly. She's coming up to me more often and popping on my lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's coming to you a bit more now. Yeah. Yeah. But after she spends a minute or two with them, then she's right back at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, little by little, before you know it, she's going to be hanging out with you, and I'm just chopped liver now, That's what Kiara would do. As soon as he came home, that was it. Like, yeah. Okay.
That's
Casey
pretty
says,
cool.
I would go insane at 47 having twins. I know. Yeah, that's a no-go for me. Nell seems to be glued to my back. Yes. Sweet little Nell. Oh, she is so adorable. The older she gets, the clingier she gets. I believe that is true.
Well, when I'm on my computer, Joy's next to me on the blanket to sleep. And
yeah, Joy is a
I sent you a
Klingon.
picture with her sleeping, and she's still in that same position.
Okay, hang on. I'll put that picture out. Here we go. There she is on the blanket. So Bree's on the live and Joy's on the blanket. She won't give it up. And this is the blanket that Bree said, oh no, Joy's not having that one. This is mine. Joy's like, no, I've got other ideas.
I don't have any of it today. She's got the whole thing.
Yes. That is too funny. Okay, so there's that one. Kiersey says, I miss my Dalmatian. She passed away. Aw, sorry to hear that, Kiersey. It really sticks with you. It doesn't matter how long it's been. It really sticks with you. Aw,
Yeah. In April, Honey Girl will be gone 3 years.
Yeah. It just sticks with you,
But next month will be her 15-year birthday.
Yes. Where are you going?
Coming back up.
Oh.
And I'm still going to celebrate it.
I worked for a Dalmatian rescue. Sad. Oh, I know, it is really sad. Like I was saying, certain sounds, like she really cowers and, well, she whined and yelped. So, and I know it wasn't the previous owner. I know it wasn't her, but she was rescued from Mexico. So whoever was the first owner, they've done something or had her exposed to something. Yeah. May loves the sound of potato chip bags, but she is also on edge at times. I can tell. Oh, she was hit before. She'll cower at times when I'm trying to praise her. Aw. And you also, Roger, are able to give her a loving home and reassure her. I'm glad that she's in good hands. Throws treats while you make sounds or throw arms. Kiersey. That's really nice that you worked for a Dalmatian rescue. You want to just rescue them all, right? Like you're like, leave nobody behind. We're a pack. Yeah.
I mean, they're able to find homes for most of them, though, which is good.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it breaks my heart when you can tell they've been through something. You don't know what, but it just breaks my heart they've been through something.
Our shelters here are overwhelmed, especially now that we've been taking dogs from LA County.
Right.
Because of the fires. They've been flying dogs and cats from their shelters up here, throughout California and other places in the country.
Yeah.
To take whatever it's called off of their shelters to make room for animals that are lost or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know. It's a lot for them to go through that too, all the traveling and being shipped to shelters. It's a lot on the pet, right? Cats and dogs. It's hard on them. It is, yeah, because they have the uncertainty and don't know either. Kiersey says we had a dog like that. She cowered from waving hands. Seriously, I threw treats and she was fine after. They really need a lot of reassurance, So sad. I lost my house in a hurricane. Oh, I didn't know that, Kiersey. Hurricane Irene, and had to give up my. Oh, your Alaskan Malamute. Oh,
That's hard.
jeez. Do you have a pet now? Oh, I'm so sorry you had to give up your Alaskan Malamute.
It's hard when you lose a fur baby or when you have to give them up.
That's right. Roger says, head out, friends. God bless you all. Have a great time. Take care, Roger. Thank you for stopping by.
Stopping by.
Have a good night, Roger.
Look at Grandpa's back. The new granddad. He's back.
Shiny new fresh granddad.
He's
I know the earthquake thing, Kiersey, because I live in earthquake.
A flood, earthquake, and hurricane hit New Jersey within 2 weeks. Oh, geez, Kiersey. When was that?
Hurricane Irene. A while ago.
But then she says a flood, earthquake, and hurricane hit New Jersey within 2 weeks, and she lost everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome, Roger. Always a pleasure to have you. We look forward to you being here. 2011, August 2011. Yeah, and something that traumatic sticks that you fell again.
I fell?
Yeah. It can't be me because I'm holding her. That's very traumatic. That's another thing that really sticks with you.
Maybe it was her. She potted.
No, it's over there.
I didn't lose stuff like that. I lost stuff because my apartments made me get rid of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who was that made you do that?
My apartments, they said, you need to get rid of stuff or get out in 5 days.
Hmm.
Wow.
Your apartment?
My apartment complex. Because I had too much stuff and they said it was a fire hazard.
But who is it? Is it like
HUD. I live in housing.
is it a landlord that says that?
It was the management of my apartment. They were HUD run. It's a housing. It is through the county, but the apartments did it because they didn't want to get dinged.
Right. Kiersey says, lost my sis, house, and my fiance died in Afghanistan within 6 months.
Wow.
Kiersey, I am so sorry to hear that. That's devastating. Holy cow, you lost a lot in such a short time.
Yeah, definitely.
My goodness.
Awful.
Definitely awful. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
2011 was a bad year. Oh, it would have been. Yeah, it takes quite a bit to work through it all.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. My brand new car got flooded.
Wow.
Jeez.
With luck, that was insured. Although insurance companies shy away from natural disaster claims nowadays, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Unless you have specifically have that natural disaster on your insurance claim.
Yeah.
2012 Mustang GT 5.0 with 420 horsepower. Oh,
wow.
Geez.
Oh.
You were going in style with that.
Yeah.
Oh, hurricane insurance they have. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what's good? It depends on which part of the region you live in.
Yeah. You don't want one of those treats?
No, she don't like them.
She ate one the other day.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, but now she's being finicky.
She's being finicky frenzy.
You want that treat? You don't want it.
Joy likes her bones and her greenies.
She'll turn her head and say she doesn't want it.
She doesn't want it.
You don't want it?
Yeah.
What treats does she like?
I have these pepperoni stick things that she really likes. They're upstairs though. I'll have to get it, put it in a bag, and have them for down here.
Yep.
Watch your face. You want a treat? You want to have this? This one right here. You don't want it? That's what Kiara used to do.
Right.
You go to hand it to her, she turns her head. No, I don't want that. It took 3 months to order. I had it in 30 days. Long enough wait, though. Jeez. I figured my dead fiance decided he wanted it in heaven. That's one way to look at it. That is one way. Oh, jeez. Always thinking positive. That's good. Oh, Kirsty. You're too funny. Now likes cheesy bacon sticks. Ooh.
I get these, their bones, they're non-rawhide. They don't have any rawhide in them.
Right.
They have chicken, lamb, and beef on them.
Oh.
Wow.
And they're non-rawhide. So she loves chewing on those. And then after she has that, she has a greenie, which is a dental treat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, she would really enjoy that. Is that her favorite?
Yeah, she loves them.
Mm. And Wakey, are these cheesy bacon sticks Nell's favorite? I haven't tried Frenzy on a bunch of things. Like, well, I tried her with these sweet potato ones that Princess has liked it for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, the green screen's making it all funny. But they're chicken and sweet potato treats. And Frenzy won't take that. Well, she ate one the other day, but she's not fond of them. She doesn't want them all the time. Oh, so far it's her favorite. Okay. And then I have these pepperoni ones, and yeah, she really likes the pepperoni ones. That they're a softer treat, like they're not hard. Thinking of getting a 2016 GT Mustang GT 5.0. Ooh. Jeez, you're going to be in style. Look at Gramps go.
My son has a 2014 40th anniversary Mustang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Mustangs
like
are
the-
really nice.
I like the body of the 16 the best. That's my pick of choice.
My
Yeah.
son's Mustang is, well, he had the engine built,
Okay.
and the engine is loud.
Mm.
I wish he didn't make it that loud, but it's
Right. Yeah, me too. I like the quieter cars.
Mm.
Yeah. Jeez, Roland, you're going to be the Gramps in style with the grandkids. You'd be
Well,
babysitting them for the day, and everybody's going to be in style there.
Well, between the other toys I've got, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to want to come over to Gramps' house. He's got all the nice toys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Take them on a weekend drive in the back of the Mercedes.
Especially Lincoln. I mean, being the boy, right? Like, he's just going to be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got a nitrous oxide powered injected bloody mini bike there for them when they're big enough.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
geez.
that's right. Yeah. Oh, geez, I forgot about that. I had a 96
Oh, yeah, they're gonna love that.
4.6 liter, 2004 anniversary, V6. Then that. Oh, that one drowned. Jeez, Kiersey. You just haven't been having any kind of luck at all.
Yeah, I reckon. Wow.
Like the Mustang. I don't know what one that one is. Do you know what one that one is, Rolly?
I think it's a 67 or 68, I think. Or no. It might be a 1970 or 71. I think you'd have to look it up.
Okay.
The Bullet Mustang. Can't remember what year it was.
The Bullet
Mm.
Mustang.
Yeah. I think it might have been a 70.
RB's gonna look it up.
I'm gonna look it up.
The 1996 was totaled by a drunk driver when parked. Oh my goodness, Kiersey. At this point, you're probably going to be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just leaving the States entirely.
1968 Mustang GT.
68. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, fastback.
Wakey just said that.
Yeah, I actually didn't like the front end on that model. The side profile on the back was nice, but I didn't like the front
Yeah.
in the bullet one.
Mm.
But yeah, my favourite pick is the 2016, and I like it because it had the best transmission out of all of them, even the current ones. The current ones are like 8-speed and 10-speed.
Right.
But yeah, the 6-speeds are good.
Mm.
And the 5-litre still puts out, enough power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting tired? Let's lay down.
And in 2016, they did this awesome candy red color as well.
Oh yeah, candy red. Very nice.
Yeah. So that'll go well with my Ninja, you see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Lincoln Avatar had the 4.6-liter Mustang engine. When I heard it, I said, OMG, my engine. You were right on it. You thought it was nuts. Mine was, laser red. That would be nice.
Wow.
Candy red, laser red. I'm liking this. What's going on there, Irby?
I'm looking up. My aunt had a Mustang.
You were leaned right in there, though. Like we could see
I'm
the
trying to
inside of your
find it.
ear. Had a Sonic Blue 2004. Whoa.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, they're a good fun car. I can imagine they wouldn't be much different to my Charger.
Right. The new ones suck. I like the Toyota Crown better. Oh. Sometimes the older ones are better, though. Oh, it drove like your 4.6? Well, that's all right then. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's youngest sister, my one aunt there, she had a Mach 1, a 1970 Mach 1.
I like those as well. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The Mark 1s and Mark 2s of 1970. Yeah, I like that body style. I thought that was a nice looking style.
And what do you have in mind when you're looking for a car?
Nothing like those. Oh.
Yeah, but I mean, do you have anything in mind of what you want to get?
4 wheels and a motor. Give me from point A to point B.
Get an ex-cop Charger from the States.
Oh, yeah.
Kiersey says, I hate change and I hate electronics and gadgets. Oh, I see. I love electronics and
Paint it
gadgets.
orange and put on the 01 and the Dixie flag symbol all around it.
Yeah.
I guess just wait and see what's available then, RB, right?
Yeah.
See what's at the dealership.
Well, that's the best thing, too, is to go after when they're auctioning off all the old police cars if they're maintained.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're highly maintained.
Yep.
Kiersey, I don't want my car telling me it's smarter than me. Oh, my goodness. You're hilarious.
Well, that's all these electric cars are, just iPhone on wheels. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do have so many different things in them, right?
It will be quite a while before I go electric car, I can tell you.
Oh, I'll never go electric car. No. Mm-mm.
We don't have to go electric here now.
well, they changed their mind.
President Trump sure did.
Oh,
yeah,
Trump changed it. Okay.
Yeah, it's
He
not a
did lot
practical
of
option.
things.
They're not a practical option still, and we haven't got the infrastructure. If everybody overnight went electric, we
Yeah.
do not have the electrical infrastructure to power them all up.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
Our electrical infrastructure will completely collapse just trying to charge up all the electric cars overnight.
You basically said if you want a gas car, you can get a gas car. If you want an electric car, you can get an electric car. Whatever kind of car you want to drive, you can drive it.
Mhm.
So be it. That's it. Yeah.
I've seen like these Facebook shorts and YouTube shorts where some people have electric cars and then their charges are getting low. They're pulling into strangers' driveways because they see the charger ports out front.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiersey says California can't power their lights, let alone cars.
Yeah.
California sucks, and I live in California, and I hate it here.
Mm.
And
I tell you something,
realistically, in electricity, you're paying a lot more than electricity to charge one up than what you are to fill up a car with fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolute false economy, and the technology, we're not there yet to be able to get decent distance out of them.
That's
There's
right.
plenty-
We're just
plenty
not
of-
there yet.
Plenty of great quoted distances that they can do, but every YouTuber that purchases one and actually takes it on a test run to see if they'll get that mileage gets
Yeah.
1/3 to maybe a half of what's quoted.
Right.
Well, if
Yeah.
Trump has anything to do with that California, well,
Right. Right.
Yep.
California wouldn't let the diesel trucks in to bring water because they weren't eco complaint.
Yeah, that's
Eco.
ridiculous.
Compliant.
Eco.
Eco compliant. ECO. Echo is ECHO.
I mean, ultimately, we should be going hydrogen. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Which is where Japan's heading in that direction. They're going
Yeah.
hydrogen. Yeah.
He says if they pulled into my driveway, they wouldn't leave without a tariff.
Yeah.
Oh my.
there you go.
Too
Maybe
funny.
be in charge for that.
Mhm.
Well, over in the UK, some of the houses have got a little box near the electricity meter, and you got to keep putting coins in it.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, otherwise your power cuts out. So, what's that going to be like if you got an electric car?
That's right. Yeah.
You'd need a coin hopper
Yeah.
sitting next to it, just constantly feeding in coins.
Mm. Yeah, they haven't planned it out enough. Like we're not there yet. You guys need more
Yep.
planning on this. Like
Oh yeah.
they're not ready for it.
No.
Mm-mm.
And
They
there's
shot them now, Kiersey. Wow.
there's other methods as well. I mean, there's gas vapor or fuel vapor, where you what do you call it? You oscillate petrol, and it increases the vapor, and you suck the vapor off and burn that rather than the wet fuel.
Right. Yeah.
And that can increase your fuel mileage, almost threefold.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that kind of technology, even though it's very much around, again, because it's not going to make the fuel companies much money, they don't want to, bring that in just yet.
Right. Yeah. Wiki says that's a little out of date, Rolly. They pay in advance by card.
Well, they may do, but either way, to me, it's a ridiculous notion to have some kind of coin meter next to your power meter, so that if you don't put in your money or pay for it, bing, goes out.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, do you think they should do that for the water too, or the hot water or something?
I don't know. They do weird stuff over there.
Here we get a bill once a month and we pay it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
we get a water bill once a month, or a hydro and water bill combined here.
Kiersey says Democrats never think it all through. They mean well, but always have consequences they didn't consider. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. And they do mean well. I mean, they're trying, and I see exactly what you're saying. But it is true. It's just
that's
not
it, Amy.
through. They don't think it through.
That's exactly it, Amy. Yeah, eat plenty of beans and sit on a funnel with a hose out of it.
Extra mileage, Amy says. Amy Amy. Oh, jeez. If that only worked, I mean, we'd have our own supply.
Yep.
Well, I mean, hey, look, in a day you might be able to fill up enough. It might be able to produce enough to juice up a cigarette lighter or something.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
that's
boy.
hilarious.
Hey, but you'd have to sit on it for a month or so if you're going to have a barbecue.
Yeah.
Uh,
Store it all up.
Yeah,
coming across this-
but the
Oh.
family and friends will be going, wow, that's a weird marinade.
Woman across the street ran through her reserve this evening. Kids doing homework by torchlight.
Yeah, methane can't. Yeah, they've tried the methane or the pig fuel.
Only 20% of households in the UK have water meters. Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't know that methane can run a household.
You didn't know that what?
Drink beer to power my truck. You might need to drink beer to power my truck.
I live in an apartment.
Oh yeah, methane gas can definitely run a household.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can generate electricity from it, all sorts.
Wow.
I'm running all on electric.
Yeah. Ours is electric as well. Yeah.
My heater's electric.
Yeah. Or no, ours is gas. Sorry, not electric. Ours is gas.
Is your air conditioning system reverse cycle or just straight cold?
I don't have air
Straight
conditioning.
cold.
It's yeah. Well, you can have it circulate the air as well, but
No, it means it recirculates the air. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, but does it like my AC unit? You know, like the one you got outside by the back door.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is hot or cold. Is yours
Oh,
just
no.
straight cold?
No.
No, we have our thermostat switch. There has a switch that turns it to furnace or AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yours is hot and cold as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But in this sort of temperature, it won't work. That's the only problem.
Yeah, we don't use the.
It could work if you wanted it to, but it's already freezing. We don't want the AC
We
on.
don't want AC.
No. The air conditioning for heat. You use the same unit for heat. It's a reverse cycle.
That's right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You can. It's
It's
a
not a
switch.
It's not a reverse cycle because
Oh.
the furnace has its own.
Right.
Heater element.
I'll be back.
Oh.
So how are we? How do you explain it
The
then?
furnace has its own element inside the furnace.
Right.
Has its own heat.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you turn it to AC, it turns the furnace. It turns that function off. for
Okay,
Natural gas.
Yeah. So it's not what he's explaining.
Their units run differently, where it can reverse and instead of blowing out heat or cooling off or heat or air, it'll warm the air up.
Right.
You can reverse the cycle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We don't have what he has.
No.
We used to have gas-powered fridges. Oh, we used to have gas-powered fridges, washers, and even radios. That's really interesting, Wakey. Jeez. Methane is frowned upon by environmentalists. Global warming. I would imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so. Oh, that's okay, Annie. 2 separate units operated by the same power supply. Thank you, Amy. That's it. That's how you word it. Yeah. This dog just loves being on my chest.
My dog finally got off the blanket. Now she's laying on the floor.
Frenzy won't stay down long enough. Like she'll hang out on the couch for about 10 minutes and then she's like, yeah, I want mom. I don't want to lay there. Right? You just want to be up here, don't you? Yeah. You think that this is where the action's happening, huh? At least everybody can see you. Princess, she's never been a cuddly dog. That's why you never get to see her. But she
She's like,
wasn't.
let me down.
Oh yeah, Princess won't stay up. She has the put me down attitude, and she's been like that since she was a pup. Well, when she was a pup, Princess had tons of energy. She was all over the place. Like, talk about ADHD. Yeah, that was Princess. So many people crapped in the Ganges River in India. It is black and has huge, ew, methane bubbles. Oh my goodness, Kiersey. Wow. Yeah, I can't wait to see your kittens either, Annie. So exciting.
She's got one named already?
Looks like it. Yeah, Charlie and the unnamed one. "10 years of trucking. Wow.
That's cool.
Kiersey, do you do long hauling? What are you doing? You want up or down? Which way are you going? Which way you going? You gotta go side? Yes, 5 years. Yes. And I run your playlist every so often too, Kiersey. Yep. Actually, I probably do it again, but yeah. Yeah, 5 years. Oh, long haul. Okay. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, that's exactly what my dad did, was long haul. He was home for like a day and a half and then gone again. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's tiring, but it pays the bills, I guess.
I just realized I wasn't subscribed to her, so I just subscribed to her.
Oh, you're not subscribed to her. No kidding. Yeah, Kiersey has all kinds of neat trucking stories. It's really neat to hear her. And I love her giggle. You listen while driving? It's nice when you catch the replays, and it's almost like you have company in the truck, you know? You're listening to replays.
Yeah.
Oh, Annie says Mom hasn't picked a name for hers yet. Annie, maybe go online and go through some cat names and she'll decide. $2022 to $2024 my pay. Really? It was cut in half? Well, it looks like your decision for your next job offer might be a go then. Cut in half. That's horrible. No wonder you're deciding and really thinking about LA. Wow. She keeps wanting to lick my lip gloss. It's like a watermelon, and she's like, I want that. I have plenty of video playlists that are worth a listen. Oh, it gives you tons of giggles, I bet. But wants you to sign them? Okay, Annie. Yeah, you need a laugh sometimes when you're out trucking. Names usually come to me once I interact with the pet. Oh, that's true, Amy. Yeah. Yeah, you get a feel for their personality.
Yep.
Economy sucks. Why do Mom isn't good for truckers' pay? So is that like the whole trucking industry just kind of going down the drain?
Yeah, because of the certain culture or ethnic cultures ruining the price and all that, and the changes to the rules of the road and all that.
Oh,
They're making it harder and tougher on the truck drivers.
that's not right. Yeah, that's not right at all. What are you doing, huh? You're just not quite comfortable and satisfied here? I've never really had a hard time with picking out pet names. It's always come to me pretty easily. 2023 88,000 trucking companies went bankrupt. Oh my goodness. 8,000 freight brokers closed. Wow, that's
Wow,
insane.
That's insane.
Holy cow. I had no idea it was that bad. Here. There you go. Want to go wander? Okay, I'm going to be right back, guys. I've got to get her out.
I gotta get going because I gotta take Joy potty and feed her.
Okay, well, thanks for coming, Bree. It's always a pleasure having you.
Nice being here. Love
Yeah.
y'all.
I love you too, Bree. Have a good night.
Nice meeting you, Kiersey.
Yeah, Kiersey is a beautiful woman. I really like Kiersey.
Bye, Annie, Amy.
Biden was claiming we needed more truckers and putting money into training. Wow, jeez. Okay, Herbie, you got to hold up the fort so I
Now
can
you
get
gotta
her.
hold up the fort?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you've got to chat away because I don't want her having an accident in the house. Well, never mind. She's just lounging on the chair over there. And she had to go out. Okay. Guess you don't have to keep the fort up. Yeah, so that's too bad that the trucking industry is really going down because I remember, well, I grew up with my dad being a trucker, like I said,
Yeah.
and trucking was really good then. The money was good. They always had runs. They treated the truckers well. Like everything was great.
Oh, yeah.
But geez, that's horrible that it's just going down like this. Wow. $88,000 trucking companies went bankrupt. That's horrible.
Yeah.
In 2023. Jeez.
The trucking industry took it. Meanwhile, they were all the heroes during COVID. And
Yeah.
then they slapped all those
Went from hero to zero.
real fast.
That's horrible.
Yeah. They put all the restrictions on the truckers while they're crossing the border. And no one was getting sick.
Oh, Wakey's having coffee time. Her Majesty. I like it when he says that. I love my company, but they changed so much. They changed so much trying to survive. Jeez. Yeah, definitely. I can see why you're thinking about things and
Yeah.
have your decisions to make. I can see why, Kiersey. That's too bad. Wow. But you know what they say, when one door closes, another opens, Kiersey. So, I mean, it could be something that was exactly what was needed in that time, you know? They're allowing more and more foreign drivers. Yes.
Yeah, without this. Yeah.
Yep.
Same up here in Canada. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got to crack down on that is what they've got to do.
That's part of why the reason I got out of it. Those guys are dangerous. They don't follow the rules and regulations.
That's right.
They team drive. Like they'll put 3 drivers in a cab.
Yeah, it's not right.
Just constantly go, undercut all the competition to drive down the load price.
Yeah, it's not right.
Not right.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely I can see why you're thinking about things but just remember, like I said, when one door closes, another opens, and that actually could be something that you're needing at this time in your life, you know? Just make sure all the boxes tick off, right? If the boxes all you go through the checklist and it's ticked all the boxes, then you know it's green light go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly. They don't follow the rules.
That's right. Yeah. They've got to do a big crackdown is what they've got to do. Yeah. It's too bad though. I mean, geez, the trucking industry was a good thing. Kiersey. You want to get that done first. Then you'll make the big decision, huh?
Hi.
I think she might want out.
Come see me. You want me to pet you? You want? Let me come down there with you.
I think Rolly's busy with some clients.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a phone call.
Yeah, he's got a ring.
Mhm.
When I was in ladies group doing my volunteering, I had made some stuff. Whoop. So I made this keychain. Let me blow myself up so you guys can see it a bit better. There's that keychain I made. Oh, this way. And then if I turn it around, you can see, whoop, down here. I've got the tree of life on it. And then I tried to stick to like native light colors. So I made that, and that was last week. And then I made this one. It's got the angel wing on it.
Oh, she's attacking the slipper.
And then it's got a little pennant on it right there. That one says believe. Oh, I can hold it still for you. So this one here kind of represents the son that I had, his passing. So that's the wing. And then the believe, the bottom pennant is me. I believe that I could get through what I have and come to this part in my life. So yeah, kind of has a double meaning there for my son and for me. Kiersey says, then I will meet a billionaire with a heart condition. No, you're going to meet somebody that's going to fill all your needs. That's what's going to happen. Yep, you're going to be very finicky on who, and you're going to meet that one that's going to tick all the boxes. Yep. Lee, how are you? Good to have you here.
Oh, yeah, I went and shared the news with Lee and Brenda.
Oh, okay.
About Rolly.
I think Rolly's on a call right now.
He's on a call right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The billionaire with the heart condition. Kiersey. You're going to get that right one, I'm telling you. It's going to happen. It's just got to tick all the boxes. Mm-hmm. Doing well, Lee. How have you been? Let me see. Let me see if I can get a link up. Hang on here. There you go. There's the link for anybody that wants to. You intimidate men. Well, we're straightforward. And, you know, there are men that like that. They like the straightforward. You know what you want. There are men who like that.
That's why I'm still around.
You know, he has no choice now, but.
Wow.
Yeah, we blend well together, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, when we met, I laid everything out on the table like ASAP. It was just boom, there it is. You know, take it or leave it. But he likes that, right? So he took it. It's a matter of who's going to take the bait. Don't worry, Kiersey. It's coming. It's coming. They find out I drive a truck, publish novels, and I have degrees they run. Well, some people don't like truckers because they're gone so often, right? But I prefer it because it's freedom, you know?
That's what they're afraid of, educated truck drivers.
Yeah. Well, she is educated.
Yeah.
Kiersey's very
Well, I know, you
educated.
told me about it,
Yeah. Kiersey's very educated.
Usually they're looking for the no, don't take any offense there, Kiersey, but 9 times out of 10 you see the women, the lady drivers, and they're smoking a bigger cigar than the guy beside them, like, and they're tougher and
There's that percentage of them, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
make some of the truck drivers look like little wimps. So
Well, by no means am I intimidated by a female truck driver, and in fact, I've got a little handful of clients that are female truck drivers. But on that note, I'm going to depart, ladies and gentlemen. I'll
Okay.
have to catch you all on the flip side.
Sounds good. Well, we're all excited for you, Rolly. Everybody's saying congratulations. We're all excited. We're looking forward to hearing all about this new chapter in your life and in theirs, you know, mom and dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to all the different things that are going to be happening.
It'll be just a couple of kids growing up as usual.
Yeah. Well, I mean, lots of fun stories, right? So
Oh yeah,
it's
exactly.
going to be
exactly.
good. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Take care, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Okay. Have a good day, Rolly.
No worries.
All right. Take care.
Be safe.
Really?
Be safe.
Always.
What's going on?
Happening.
Rolly. They find out what published novels do you have? Oh, Kirsty, you're right up my alley.
Uh-oh.
She writes murder novels. They get scared, and I am from New Jersey. I want to buy your book. Yeah, tell me what your book is and where I get it. I want your book. Wait a minute, can you sign it? I want your book. What?
Can you sign it?
Yeah, I want the book. Rolly is a new grandpa. His grandbabies were just born a couple days ago. Yeah, on the 21st they were born. So that is what the little birdie told me.
22nd.
Hang on, guys. I do have somebody in the basement. Kirsty!
Hi. Can you
Good
hear me?
to see you. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the first time I've been on with you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But this is easier, so
So you do those novels. Where do I get it from?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon Publishing.
Yes.
We've looked at it.
Yeah. I'll send you a link. Road a Detour is what it's under, which is actually funny. I used the name of somebody in my mother's family because when I
Oh.
wrote the books originally, my mother said to me, "You can't put it under your own name. What if the book sucks and it doesn't
Oh.
sell? You don't want to ruin your name." So I
Right.
went and used somebody in her family. And when she saw it, she says, "Oh my gosh, why would you use that name, my family name?" And I said, "Well, because they're all a bunch of criminals. And they already ruined your name. So I can't do any more damage to it."
Right.
That's
I'm
priceless.
serious. So,
Priceless.
and it's kind of sad though, because I used my mom's been dead for over 3 years now.
Right.
But when I was writing the books, I would give her the books chapter by chapter. And so I never really had a plan on how I wanted it to end. I just went along with the chapters, and I'm not predictable. I hate being predictable.
Right.
So I would ask my mother, "So who do you think's the killer?" And then she would tell me, and I would write it in a different way. So she got the very first novel, she got to the end and she threw it across the room and she says, "That's not who killed him." I said, "Yes, it is, because I wrote the book."
Yes.
And she's like, "No, it isn't, because I told you it's not." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what to tell you. The book's done."
That's funny.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, the first novel that I did was actually, I know it sounds weird, but it was loosely based on my mother's Irish family. My mom was Irish and Italian.
Okay.
So I went on ancestry.com and I was doing all this family research. So I start taking names.
Ooh.
Oh, something happened.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
There you go. Am I still here?
Yep,
Okay.
you're good.
So I was using Ancestry and I was trying to put myself in the place of these people, and I found out from the census what their jobs were. And I don't know if you ever saw the old TV show Dallas with Who
Yes.
Shot JR. Yeah. Well, what happened with JR? Everybody in the whole show hated him, so you didn't know who killed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I did in the book. I made everybody hate the one guy that got killed, and then you had no idea who the killer was.
Nice.
So-
Oh, I like it.
Good.
Yes.
I didn't even decide who the killer was until I was nearly done the book. And then at the end, I was like, wow, that actually makes sense. So I did go back and start tweaking things here and there. But that was the first one.
I actually
And
remember that
this-
where you got shot.
But the second one was kind of loosely based on my dad's family. I don't know. I'm not trying to glorify anything, but my dad's family was from Germany, and there were 4 siblings. 2 came to the US and 2 stayed in Germany. So their youngest brother got indoctrinated into the Hitler Youth, and he became an SS lieutenant. Well, their sister was so horrified that she started getting people out of Germany and hiding them in her basement and using the Catholic Church to get them out. So the brother found out. So I thought, wouldn't that make an amazing story for a book? You know, is the brother going to kill everybody and kill her? Or is he going to protect her? So I turned it into like a spy novel and a real suspense novel. And the very end of the book really was what really happened in real life. But I had somebody from England that emailed me and said, I read that book and I cried for 5 minutes after I read it in one sitting. And I was like, yes!
Met the goal, yep.
But I admit, like, my first couple ones, my writing probably wasn't as good.
Right.
You know, so the very last one that I wrote, I published right before I came to trucking. That one is about a Zodiac killer from California.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know him? Okay.
Yeah.
So he was never caught. So he killed in the 70s. So I made this take place like in the 90s. And so it's like 20 years after his last murder. And this little girl at 3 years old starts having dreams about San Francisco and saying things that she shouldn't know.
Right.
And her dreams lead the cops to evidence in a Zodiac killer that was never connected to the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
So when it hits the media, Zodiac comes out of hiding and starts killing again, trying to find who knows him. And that book, I'm going to tell you right now, I am so proud of that one because that one's really well written. I paid a lot of money to an editor to have it edit it well. And I have people that will call me up and every chapter, I know who did it. And then they call me the next day and they're like, that's not who it was.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, good, I did my job.
That's right. Yes.
But there actually was a woman from Australia who wrote to me and she says, my husband normally goes away every other weekend for work. He is no longer allowed to do that because your book terrified me.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah. But I don't have any time for it now that I'm trucking. You know?
Yes.
I hardly have time for YouTube.
Yeah, you're working all the time.
Yeah. And you run out of things to say too, because like YouTube's hard. In the beginning, I was pretty much directed to like people that wanted to come into trucking and get their CDL.
Yeah.
Well, now, like we just said, we started like 5 years ago, and those same people are still around.
Right.
So I can't talk to them about getting their CDL exam and pre-trip and stuff. It's, you know, my audience didn't leave. So I kind of try to do like a hodgepodge now. You know, you can't disrespect one side of the audience for the other. So
it's really hard to balance sometimes at YouTube.
Yeah.
Well,
So
for you, you're balancing work and keeping the engagement and the content, but you try to gauge it, everybody, you know, but you can't. You just can't.
No. And I get the trolls too. I blow them kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Thanks for the view.
This one guy wrote to me and he was like, I've never actually seen someone with a double chin before. And I was like, I never actually seen someone who thought fat jokes were as original. You know, or I've never actually met somebody who had a single digit IQ, but you're proof that it exists.
Right. Yes. Oh, that's too funny. I like that.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to have him crying. Look at that. You should see what I do to the guys out here on the road. I torture them. I do. Right? So my company is Prime Inc. Okay. So
Yeah.
I get out of the truck one day and I have very large breasts. And I get out of the truck and the guy in the truck next to me, he's staring at my breasts like
my
this.
goodness.
And he's like, and he says, "Oh, so do you drive for Prime?" Well, I don't know. The 15-foot logo on the side of the trailer gave it away. Really?
Yeah, I know.
Right? So, well, wait. So then I said to him, "All right." I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I drive for them." And I kept like walking real fast. And I just wanted to get in, eaten, shower, and go to the bathroom. And he starts following me. And he's like, "I want to talk to you." I said, "Well, I don't have time. Come, run with me. I got to get in there fast." So we get inside the truck stop and I start going like this, looking out the window.
Yeah.
And he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, truth is, I don't drive for Prime. I drive for an international theft ring, and we're testing the response times of the carriers and the police." And I'm looking out the window, and he's standing next to me, and he's looking at me, and he's looking out the window, and he's looking at me.
Oh, that is too funny. Oh my goodness.
Well, wait. So then I said to him, I looked at him, and I said, "Do you ever think about like a different kind of job? We're always looking for people."
Right.
And he says, "Are you serious?" I said, "Of course I'm serious. It's tax free. I get to do it whenever the heck I want. I really don't have a boss. It's
Right.
awesome."
Mm.
Right. And then my phone, somebody texted me, and I looked down and I said, "Here's my ride, but my people will get in touch with you. We have your truck number." And I ran out the door.
Oh, that's
He
Well
went and moved
played,
his
well
truck.
played.
He moved his truck from next to mine because he didn't want to be close to it. He didn't know if I was telling the truth or not.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
I
played.
I do that stuff all the time.
Mm.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's well played. I like it.
I do. Like, there was one guy, he was in the truck stop on a CB.
Mm.
And he's bragging to everybody. He's like, I have a woman or two in every state, and my wife doesn't know anything about it. And she's just dumb. And I'm with somebody every state. And I got on the CB. I said, she's not dumb. She's smart. She doesn't care because she's screwing the mailman in the bed you're paying for and the mortgage you're paying for. And she doesn't even have to put up with you. You're not even there. I'm like, what do you go home? Once every 3 months? Yeah. Right?
Oh my goodness.
Wait. So then he says to me, "No, sweetie, once you had the best, you don't want the rest." I said, "I had the best. I gave out his business cards to my friends."
Right.
The best doesn't have to advertise himself on a CB in the middle of a truck stop to a bunch of men.
Yep.
Yes.
The women will do it for you. So he's like, "You don't know what you're talking about. I'll, come over to my truck and I'll show you what it's like." I said, "Why would I do that? Most men can't satisfy one woman. You just admitted to being 100 times less satisfying than the normal guy. So what are you going to show me?" No.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he got so upset, he was driving up and down the truck stop looking for me.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm serious. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to come show you. I'm going to come show you." I said, "I'm sorry. You know what? Obviously, you're upset. I didn't mean to offend you. I should have realized when you were talking about your sexual prowess on a CB to a bunch of men at a truck stop that you were probably gay. So, maybe you're just, if you're in the closet and I'm exposing you, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention."
Right.
He was so
Yeah.
mad.
Well played. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I do this all the time. I just come up with new ways. I have to entertain myself out here.
Oh yeah, you do.
So I
Wakey
come up with
says-
no new ways. Like,
Wakey says, just watched a documentary where they think the Green River Killer may have been the Zodiac.
Oh.
no. The Green River Killer was Ridgeway. They caught him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Something about him though that was really interesting. That he was married. He was killing, and then he met his wife and got married. They were married for 13 years. And while he was married, he killed less and less frequently.
Right.
And when he got caught, his wife was really upset, and she felt guilty because she was like, I should have known. I should have been able to stop
Yeah.
him. And he actually said to her, you actually saved people's lives because you made me happy. There's something wrong with me, and there's nothing that you could have done about it. But,
Right.
Instead of killing every 2 months, he was killing like every 2 years. Yeah. But something that I mentioned in my book that I found interesting, though, is I don't know if you've ever heard of the Texarkana Moonlight Murders back in the 40s.
No.
No.
Well, it was almost the same as the Zodiac. He went hunting in lovers' lanes and shot the kids in their cars while they were making out.
Oh,
So
geez.
it was the same method. So they kind of said, well, if the Moonlight Murders, which happened in the 40s, was like a 20-something-year-old, then in the 60s, he would have been 40-something-year-old. It still could have been the same guy.
Right.
So in my book, I actually researched all this, and I made a connection between the two. It's kind of interesting.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why, I would intimidate men, because they'd come over to my apartment and they'd see all these books about murdering people and disposing of bodies and forensics.
And then you're a long haul truck driver too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm from New Jersey too. I know how to dispose of a body. They'll never be found. I mean,
allegedly, we don't really do that, but yeah.
Oh.
In the 2000s, there was that one trucker that was in Pennsylvania. At the one that he stopped at the TA.
Yeah.
And then another truck stop in Pennsylvania, just outside of Jersey as well.
Yeah.
And then up in Massachusetts, he stopped at a truck stop up there for a rest area.
Yeah. Well, actually, at the truck stop that I just told you about, with me telling the guy I was part of the theft ring, they found a body there at that truck stop. It's outside of Gary, Indiana, outside of Chicago area. And
that surprised me in that area.
Wow.
I've stayed at that TA before. That's a big truck stop.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a sketchy area there in that part of Indiana.
yeah, this was actually the Flying J at Lake Station.
Yeah.
So it's not far, but the TA in Nashville also was the same serial killer.
Oh, jeez.
My goodness.
The company I work for actually had a serial killer before I got here. He was he got convicted of killing one woman, and they suspected him of like 3 more.
Wow.
It's easier to catch them now, though, because of the way our electronic log devices are connected with the GPSs. But
the technology is far better now.
Yeah, but they have cloaking devices too.
I think I added you as a mod. You have to type in to make sure that you're in.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
You're very welcome.
I don't know how to do that. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, it's making me do all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Let's see.
Would it be easier if you hop down for a minute and then
did it work?
There you are.
Got it,
Okay.
So now you can send the link right in chat.
Oh, okay.
And then anybody else who's interested, I mean, I'm gonna buy it for sure, but anybody else who's interested in the novels, I mean, the link will be there and they can buy it too. Yeah, I'm really interested. Yeah, crime is right up my alley. Yeah. I have a few boxes, and I mean big boxes, full of crime books. Plus, I have bookshelves full of crime books.
And these are real crime?
They're true crime, yes.
True crime books,
Most of them. I probably have a handful that's not the fiction.
Which are probably based off of.
Probably,
Yeah.
but most of them are true crime. Yeah. And then I watch crime stuff on YouTube all the time too. So crime is right up my alley.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But your books, I don't know. They sound good to me.
oh,
I
thanks.
want it. Yeah, that's true, Marna. Real life has gotten scary enough. Yes, I agree. And it's gotten scary everywhere. I mean, it doesn't even matter where you live anymore, you know? Like many, many, many years ago, it used to be just certain areas that was scary, but now it's like everywhere. It doesn't matter where you live anymore. Well, I don't know what's going on, what people are eating, or I don't know. Oh, there's the link. So if anybody's interested to buy Kiersey's book, it's right there. I'm going to be first in line.
Oh, Zodiac lives.
I'll get RB to buy it.
To my American account. Please.
Well, I'll figure out what the name of the book is and then just go to Canadian.
It may not be sold. I'll find out.
I'm just putting some more lip gloss on. I don't know where my chapstick went, so I have to keep putting my lip gloss on.
I am hidden.
Happily Ever After is the odd man out in today's world. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to get through it. It's hard to get through sometimes on, you know, like all the scariness that's out there. I mean, sometimes not sometimes, quite often, when I'm out walking, I'll see, use the needles on the ground, and that there's, I don't know the proper name for it, but street workers. I don't call them prostitutes. That's pretty harsh to me, but the street workers out there, yeah, I see them every day, and it's really. And then crime is like crazy, absolutely crazy. You know, sirens going off all the time, police cars, ambulances, fire trucks, like everything's going on all at once, it seems. But even though the world's falling apart, in ways the world's still coming together, you know?
Yeah.
You have to find a positive in the negative. That's how I see it. Yeah. There's plenty of good. I mean, here on this channel, you know, like there's plenty of good. There's always something to smile and be grateful for.
I admit I haven't been so positive lately, and I have to get back to it.
I'll have to start making more of my positivity videos.
I know. I used to watch them every day.
I'll have to start that back up again.
Yeah. Because you had the little, your little birds and flowers, and and that sexy voice of like calming, let's start our day off with a good positivity.
Yes.
And it's calming, and yeah,
most of it, not all, but most of it was written by me. So
really,
yes.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I just assumed you always got quotes from somebody.
No, the vast majority of it was written by me, and I do have a copy of it so that I have it, right?
Well, why don't you put it all together in a book and go publish it on Amazon?
That's what RB keeps telling me.
I'll be honest with you, though. Okay, the truth of the matter is you really don't make money off of it, and it's really hard to try to promote because there's so much competition.
Yes.
And it took me a while. I had to learn how to not only write, but to put it in the format that it could be published.
Yes.
That whole thing is a story in itself, like most of my life. Okay. I told you about my fiance was in Iraq and Afghanistan, right? Well, he likes certain kind of risque stories. So I used to send him an email every day or every other day of some kind of a sexy story. Yeah. So I was in a Facebook group with a bunch of military wives and girlfriends that were complaining that their men wanted them to write sexy stuff and they didn't know how. So I just posted some of my emails. This was a private group that it was like one of those secret groups. Nobody could see it other than us.
Yes.
Right. So I posted it and I said, look, here, just write something like this. And 2 months later, I get a phone call from Iraq. And
Right.
he was so mad. And he was like, how the hell did my men get a copy of my emails?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I wasn't thinking. And he's like, I got 2 men that want to go AWOL because they think their wives are cheating on them.
Oh,
And I know
jeez.
your writing. I recognize your writing. How the hell did this happen? Because he didn't know I was in the Facebook group.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Jeez.
so like he actually put me on the phone with these guys to explain the whole situation and try to tell them that their wives love them and was trying to figure out a way to stay connected and to make them happy. And the one guy just like he calmed down and he's like, first off, I am so glad that my first sergeant is with you. And second off, you write really well. You need to publish them and make money off of them because it would sell. And I was thinking, okay, he's basically telling me to put my private emails up of sex stuff that would be kind of embarrassing, but how cool is that, right? And if you remember, like 50 Shades of Grey was real popular. So, yeah, so I did 10 Shades of Blush, the softer side of kink, right?
Yes.
And so it's all kind of kinky stuff, right? Well, I did it as an ebook. And about maybe 6 weeks later, I get an email from Korea. And the guy from Korea says, hey, I don't have time to read, but do you think you could put this on an audio book? Because like a sexy voice would make this sound like 2 hours of phone sex for like $5 or $6, right? Well, I didn't realize this, but all the military guys in Afghanistan and Iraq and Korea and Germany, they were all passing my links around. And it just shot through the roof. I was like, okay. So then once I figured out, I put it on audiobook and everything. So after I figured out like that with a test pilot, if you will, then I start writing other more serious books. I did a couple short stories and then I just wound up going up the Zodiac, which was a really, really good book that I'm really proud of.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to getting my eyes in that book.
Yeah, thanks. The other ones are good stories, don't get me wrong. And like I said, they're unpredictable. Like in the one, it was kind of took place in the Revolutionary War. And this young girl, she's like 20, her father goes off to war and leaves her at their farmhouse. And, you know, she meets a lieutenant and she gets married and her father is still off to war. Well, her father comes back from the war, finds the guy and the girl making love, and he takes a bayonet and puts it right through the guy's chest while they're in bed. And my friends are like, I thought this was a love story. And all of a sudden, I just get blood coming through the guy's chest. I'm like,
there's a twist.
You know, kept you interested.
That's really good.
But,
New song at Amazon.ca. Newborn Nazi and Tower of Tears. And Zodiac.
Zodiac Lives. Yeah, that's the best one, honestly.
The other 2 books are only available in Kindle.
Oh, it's not paperback.
Not paperback. No.
Oh, you're kidding.
And they're $0, so.
So you watch it on Kindle for free?
You can read it. You can have it on Kindle for free. Yeah. But the Zodiac is for sale. But I can always switch into my.
Okay, get the Zodiac. Listen to me.
I'm
just like right on it.
On both Amazon.com and Amazon.ca. So.
Marna was saying Amazon has gotten really tough on authors. I had a friend that used to make good money then, and then she rolls her eyes. Like it's a tough competition out there.
Yeah. Some of it's really, you know, because I did this before I came into trucking. So we're talking 10 years ago. And so a lot of us, what we used to do is we would give each other in Facebook groups free copies. And it was really a cool way for me to get free books. And some of them were really good. Some of them sucked. And then you're obligated to read it and write a review, but there was one that I really found interesting. I'm not particularly a religious person. I was raised Catholic, and it was written by a self-published author called The Shroud. And if you ever see that one, I thought that was really interesting.
Okay.
The Shroud of Turin. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay. The Shroud of Turin is considered a Catholic relic. It's supposed to be the shroud that Jesus was wrapped in when he was buried.
Okay.
And they believe that, like, when he was resurrected, some kind of light or radiation or something imprinted his image on this shroud. Well, this guy's book was so interesting that modern day scientists took the DNA from the shroud and tried to, like, rebirth or recreate Jesus Christ with the DNA from the shroud that they assumed was Jesus. And I was like, wow, like, it was a really interesting concept. And yes, they basically made a test tube baby type of in vitro fertilization type of thing to see if they could bring Christ back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
that's something.
And that, and I mean, so, like, there's a lot of talent out there. And what was really interesting was, after I wrote the books, I was not interested in other authors that I used to be. I loved James Patterson and David Baldacci. And then I start reading their books and I was like, well, I could have done better than that, or I wouldn't have had this happen, and that doesn't make sense. And I start critiquing their books and I was like, wow, I can't do this anymore. So I'm more of a nonfiction reader.
Right. Okay.
And that's not, I guess that sounded like kind of arrogant to say that I could write better than them, but
well, I mean, you know the difference. You can see it.
I would imagine that after you write so many books, you start to run out of ideas, So I start seeing patterns in people's writing, and once their writing became predictable, I didn't care anymore.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You lose interest. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My stuff, well, for my writing, it's all inspirational stuff. I really like to do inspirational. My mom, when she was alive, when I would give her cards, like a Christmas card, birthday card, that kind of thing, I'd always put an inspirational thing, just a very short thing on the card. She's like, how do you come up with that stuff? I'm like, I don't know. It just pops in my head. She goes, but how? And I'm like, I don't know. And then she says, Jess, you've had that since a very young age. I'm like, what? Oh, like, some people just have gifts, like.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
And that was true for me. Like, in high school, when we would have to write like 15 and 20 page research papers.
Right.
I would be laying in bed and the whole thing would come into my head.
Yes.
And it'd be like 2:00 in the morning and I'd have to jump up and get to the computer and start typing. And
I can relate. Absolutely. You've got this idea, that idea. Everything is like a puzzle. It's all scattered. It just pops in your head. It's all scattered. And like you said, you got to get up right then and there and put it all together. Yeah.
Right. Yep. And for a little while in my 30s, I was actually charging people to write their papers for them, their college papers. Yes. I made like $15,000 writing papers for other people.
Very nice.
But what was crazy was I related everything to history.
Okay.
Because I have a degree in history and political science and one in human and social services. And so economics, I'll be honest with you, in my head, I don't feel like I know anything about economics. And this one woman said it could be on any economic topic. So I was like, okay, we'll go back to the Bible. And in the Bible, it talks about tax collectors and interest and all that.
Yes.
And then I went all through different bartering systems and mercantile systems and things like that through history that I was familiar with. And then end it with the Bible where it said you need the mark of the beast to do cashless society. Right? So she read this paper and she's like, holy crap, how did you come up with that? And I was like, this is the only thing I know about economics.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah. But
Well, you picked something and it turned out good, so why not, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, I so you like true crime stuff?
Love true crime, yes.
Really? So what's the most fascinating case that you remember or
Um,
interest you?
well, I mean, there's so many that I mean, they all
Right.
intrigue me. That they're all different, you know. That no case is the same. Well, I mean, no people are the same, but no case is the same. I think I'd have to probably say if I had to pick. I don't really want to though. It's just sort of. I would say Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really intrigues me. How he could think like that, and how he. It also intrigues me on how he manipulated everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, coercing people to do his bidding. How he manipulated the mind, where he didn't have to do anything, but all these people are like it. That really is intriguing to me.
Well, he used LSD
Yeah,
and he didn't take it.
yeah,
But he didn't tell them that. He
That's right.
pretended that he was tripping, so they thought he was tripping.
yeah.
You know, there are some theories that it was part of that CIA MK Ultra
Yeah.
experiment.
I heard that. Yeah,
Because supposedly he was getting LSD from a clinic that was run by the CIA
mm,
in San Francisco. So
yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but yes,
don't
that
know.
is a fascinating case.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's a
Yeah,
fascinating
it
case.
was all just the manipulation and control, and you know, he didn't want to do the dirty work, but he wanted dirty work done, right? Like it just, yeah. There's just so many details
Yeah,
and things in that
but
case.
the whole idea of accountability, though, I mean, think about it.
Mm,
He didn't kill anybody
that's right.
in those trials, but
That's
yet
right.
he went and he got the death penalty just like them.
Mm,
Now, the death penalty was overturned in California, so it was, converted. But,
mm-hmm.
when you think about that, so I tell you to go kill somebody and you do it, and I go to prison because I said something.
But he was the mastermind behind it all. It wouldn't have happened if he didn't manipulate people like that. And I think that's kind of where they were thinking.
Well, I get that, but it's still free choice.
Mm,
Then he got the same penalty as them.
right.
Yeah. It's kind of the start, in my opinion, it's the start of this nobody's accountable for their own actions, always blame on somebody else.
Right.
That's what it really seemed like to me.
Mm,
It's kind of interesting. The same time frame. Do you know Jeffrey McDonald?
no.
Jeffrey McDonald was a captain, a Green Beret in the Army who was in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And I just delivered there last week. And so it's fresh in my mind. But his wife, I think she was 7 months pregnant. And his two little girls that were like 2 and 5, they were all killed while he was asleep on the couch. And he said that 3 people attacked him while he was asleep. And he had this whole story of he had to sleep in the living room because his daughter wet his side of the bed. And, he said that these people came into his house and there was a hippie girl saying acid is groovy, kill the pigs. And she had a candle, and he described all this stuff about her. And so the one thing about this is, whether you think he did it or not, the MPs in the Army completely destroyed all the evidence. The entire crime scene was contaminated.
No.
Okay. They had 50 people stomping in and out of this guy's house. The blood that was on the phone, they wiped the phone off to make phone calls. They were eating food from his refrigerator.
Oh my goodness.
So just on the grounds of, believability, how could I trust anything of their evidence?
Right.
So he was court-martialed, and the Army judge let him go. Okay. 9 years later, the federal government came after him, tried him, convicted him, and he's been in prison since 1979.
Wow.
And
Wow.
there was so much in that case that he described a woman with white boots and a big floppy hat and a blonde wig holding a candle. And it turned out that a woman fitting that description was the daughter of some general or something that ran the base. And he described a black guy that had sergeant stripes and this other white guy. He gave these descriptions, and they fit descriptions of people that hung around with her. And then one of the paramedics said he saw a woman with a big floppy hat and a blonde wig walking down the street at 4:00 in the morning near his house.
Right.
So there was a lot of interesting things about that there was evidence that wasn't allowed into the case and that kind of thing. So it's been going back and forth for the last 50 years.
Jeez.
But that's a really interesting case.
And what was that one again? I'll write it down.
His name was Jeffrey McDonald. And in the 80s, there was a guy named Joe McGinnis who wrote true crime books. His lawyers hired this author. And originally, the guy wrote the book saying that he was innocent, and the publishers came back and said that's not dramatic enough.
Right.
So he rewrote the book to make him so he was guilty.
Wow.
And then he was convicted. So the doctor and his lawyers expected this book to prove his innocence because they always claimed he was.
Right.
And instead, the book helped them convict him. They even did a movie called Fatal Vision. It was a like a TV series, miniseries.
Yeah. Right.
That's on YouTube, and it's really interesting. But after you watch it, you start to wonder, yeah, if I saw this, I would think he was guilty. But and I find out that there were like things that were contaminated, and he said there was candles from this woman, and there was candle wax in the house that didn't match the candles that they were using. So was it a candle that this woman brought in? They wrote pig on the wall, just like in the Mansons.
Right.
That's what reminded me of that when you said that. So it was kind of like a hippie murder type of thing at the same time frame.
Yeah.
I think they were only like 6 months apart or something.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was really close. I think the Mansons was August of 69, and I'm pretty sure this was like February of 70.
Wow.
So they were pretty close.
Yeah.
But
well, I wrote it down so I can look into it.
Yeah. But you know, he was on the Dick Cavett show, and when you watch him on these shows, he comes across as really cold-hearted and unfeeling.
Yeah.
And kind of narcissistic and selfish.
Right.
Like, if I had family that was dead and murdered, I'd be constantly trying to figure out who did it. But he kind of pulls more of that woe is me.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but just because he's a cheat and a jerk doesn't necessarily mean he's a murderer.
Right.
And that he could, I mean, you have to be evil to take a baseball bat and kill a little 2-year-old kid with it, or stab a 5-year-old, you know? And like even the wife, I think she was killed with a baseball bat and then stabbed like 18 times or something.
Jeez.
So if you watch the movie and you read the original book, it sounds really bad against him. But then his lawyers wrote a book later called Fatal Justice. And it was all different evidence that they didn't allow in trial. And it refuted a lot of what the prosecutor brought forward. But then you look at it and say, okay, first off, they destroyed the entire crime scene. So the crime scene's not credible. Second off, the army let him go.
Right.
And basically said he wasn't responsible.
Mm.
So then the federal government steps in and goes after him. So, in the US, you're like, well, that's double jeopardy. You're not allowed to
Right.
do that,
Right.
And so it's kind of like, even if you think he did it, you would still have to let him go.
Right. Right.
Mm. But who wants to let a murderer go of a little baby,
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Well, and then you've got so many people that are really feeling like he did do it, right?
yeah. But I mean, like,
there are innocent people behind bars.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else is amazing? It is really interesting case. Rodney Ocala. He was on the Dating Game.
Mm.
Do you remember the Dating Game back in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He had already been convicted of kidnapping and raping like a little girl. I think she was like 6 or 8 years old.
Right.
And he went to prison for that for a little while, like 6 months or something. And
Wow,
then he
that's
came
it.
out. That's it. And then he came out and he started killing women. Well,
Oh my goodness.
he went on national television on the Dating Game.
Right.
And he was still killing women for like another 8 years or something before he got captured.
Mm.
And, the Dating Game he actually won. He won the show and he was selected as the date. And then when the woman met him, she said, I'm not going out with him. He's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been her, right?
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right. And so
Yeah.
that's an interesting one.
Mm.
I don't know. There's a lot, I guess.
There is. That's why when you said pick one, I'm like, oh, geez, I don't know. Like, they're all so different and they're all interesting,
Yeah. Yeah, but in the end, a lot of times it's the arrogance that gets them.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. It's like Kenneth Bianchi and Angelo Buono, the Hillside Stranglers.
Right.
I mean, they were cousins, which is weird, and they were raping and killing these women together.
Right.
And Kenneth Bianchi went to like Seattle or something from LA, and they wouldn't have gotten caught had he not attacked somebody he knew.
Right.
And the fact that he did that was just arrogance.
That's right. Yeah.
Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was so arrogant, he walked up and gave his real name to women that he was meeting and going to attack.
Yep. That's right.
That's arrogance.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Quite
mean,
the stories. Jeez.
Yeah.
Mm.
But so did you ever think about writing any kind of like stories or novels or just the inspirational stuff?
Probably more the inspirational stuff. I think our world needs a lot more of that. Yeah.
Yeah. We need the inspirational
I'm not
stuff.
implying anything, but
No, I'm just saying
the world
that's
needs
funny
it.
because I'm sitting here writing about death and murder and stuff, and
and I'm all inspirational.
Yeah.
I know.
But I'm supposed to be the positive voice in trucking, but you know what? Like, I don't really talk about it much, and I have mentioned it a couple times on the show, on my show. But my father, I was 3 years old, and my father committed suicide in front of all of my mom and my siblings and us. And
oh my goodness.
yeah, and I was 3, and I remember the cops being there. I remember them taking my mom away. I remember them fingerprinting us.
Oh
my dad was a cop, and he had the old dust kind of fingerprint kit, and he would play cops and robbers with us when I was like acting up and he wanted to sit me down. He'd just take his handcuffs and handcuff me to a chair and say he was arresting me.
Wow.
So he would I mean, it was a game. He wasn't doing anything bad. It was a game. But I know that he was probably sitting there writing out bills or something, and he was telling me he was writing a police report, and I'm just sitting there in the chair kicking my legs like, yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm going to jail.
I'm the bad guy.
And when I would start like, getting antsy, he would bring out the fingerprint kit.
Yeah.
And he taught me how to fingerprint, right? So
Mhm.
when he died, the cops actually used gunshot residue powder on us, testing on us, and fingerprinting us.
Wow.
And I told the cop, let me do it. You don't know how to do it. My daddy taught me. And like, people have asked me, like, you're really gutsy,
Hmm.
were you always like that? And I'm like, yeah, I was. So much so I told a cop he didn't know how to fingerprint people. And like earlier we were talking about our grandfathers. My
Yeah.
mother's father, I really did only meet one time when I was 4 years old.
Right.
And he came to me and he says, "Hi, sweetie, I'm your grandfather."
Mm.
And I looked at him and said, "No, you're not." And he says, "Yeah, I am." I said, "No, my pop lives in New Jersey and his phone number is 609-845-4051, and that's not you." Right. And he got so upset and he was trying to convince me, but I didn't know him,
Yeah.
And so my mother came up behind me and he stood up and he looked at my mother and goes, "She's just like you." and, and it's like, so when I think back on that, I'm like, yeah, I was 4.
Right.
So
Right.
I've always been like this,
Yes. Yes.
I had an argument when I was 15. I was the editor for the school paper,
Right.
and our governor of New Jersey was up for re-election, and he was having a fundraiser. So I went and I took me as a reporter with my notepad, and I took a photographer from school, and who's a junior in high school, and we show up at the governor's fundraiser, and I demanded to interview the governor, right, at 15, right?
Wow.
And my mother's like, "Oh my God, you're so embarrassing." She dropped me off and she didn't want to go in because she said she knew I was going to embarrass her, right? And I have a picture of me with him to this day. I have it on my phone, and I was with him for like an hour, walking all around asking him questions. And Senator Frank Lautenberg, who was a U.S. senator at the time, he said to the governor Florio, "Who is that?" And he said, "School paper, but if that's all the publicity I can get, I'll take it." And I laughed with my mom and I said, "Well, all right, I tackled a governor. What's next?" And the next year I wound up talking to George Herbert Walker Bush when he was president.
Oh, nice.
So I was 16.
Yeah.
And he asked me what I thought of his tax breaks. And I told him, well, $74 a year wouldn't help, a family of 4.
Yeah.
And because he was like, "Well, what do you think about my tax breaks? It's going to save a family of 4 $74 a year." And I looked at him and said, "Well, Mr. President, my mother has a dead husband and 5 kids, and $74 won't pay her electric bill for 1 month. So I think you could do better than that."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Secret Service drug me off the stage, called my mother, and made her kick me out of Washington, D.C. She beat me the whole ride home.
Oh, you've had quite the experiences in your lifetime, that's for sure.
Yes. That's why every day I'm shocked that I'm still alive.
Well, you've got that strong will, that strong spirit where you're just like, nope, go.
Or I should have just been in a straitjacket a long time ago, so none of it matters.
Yeah, you've got tremendous strength. You really do. You have tremendous strength.
Well, I had a crazy mother, so I didn't have a choice. No, I'm serious. Okay, my mother had no sense of direction whatsoever. She was horrified when I became a truck driver.
Oh,
She was like, "How are you going to find any place to, where you're at?" I was like, "Mom, you've been lost my entire life. I needed to know where I was because you never knew."
Yes.
So Do you remember back like in the 70s when our parents used to drop us off in the toy aisle?
My parents never did. I was adopted, so they were really protective.
Oh,
But I
okay.
know parents do that. Yeah,
Well, I mean, did you have siblings though?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a big deal at the time to leave two kids together because parents felt safe leaving two kids, you know? But so my mother said to me, okay, look, stay here in the toy aisle. This was in Kmart. And she says, and I'll be back at 1:30. Right? That was like a half hour. Well, 1:30 comes and goes, and now it's 2:00, and I couldn't find my mother. So
Right.
I went to the customer service desk and I said, hey, I need you to page my mother. She's lost. And they said, you mean you're lost? I said, no, I know where I am. It's my mother that I don't know where she's at. She's
That is
lost.
hilarious.
I said, I don't even know if she'll be able to find her way back to the front door. So you're going to have to tell her to ask somebody. I was like 6 or 7. They actually paged my mother as the lost mother of Kirsten and Alan.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Yep. She was so mad. She's like, oh, you embarrassed me so bad. I was like, well, it'll teach you to be where you're supposed to be. You said 1:30.
Didn't know her direction. That is funny.
It's true. It's so true. I miss her.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. One last story, and then I'm gonna go because I'm sure you're tired too.
Yeah,
But,
I've got to get one of my dogs out. The one that I was holding. I've only had her a couple weeks, and when she's got to go, she's got to go.
Oh well, why didn't you tell me? Go.
Well, I'm watching her. I'm keeping an eye on her. I don't see her doing anything yet, but
all right.
So, a little bit.
All right. Well, my mother never remarried after my father. She lived like another 40, 45 years, something like that. And I used to tell her that I was going to have her buried with my father.
Right.
And she says, you can't put me there. It's a German cemetery. I'm Italian, Irish. They're going to be, they drink. German people drink, and they're going to sing a bunch of German songs I don't understand. So I don't want to be in a cemetery with them.
Oh, that's good.
Right? So I was like, okay, well, where do you want to go? And she says, I want you to put me in a wall in the cemetery down the street, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turned out that my father's mother wound up being buried in that cemetery.
Oh.
So when my mom would annoy me, I would tell her, you know what? Oh, look, old bat, you're driving me nuts now, and I'm going to be burying you. So you better be nice or I'm going to put you up with my father. Right? So one day she got me so mad, and I said to her, guess what? I'm not putting you with daddy anymore. I'm putting you with his mother. I found out my cousin Sandy owns the plots right next to my grandmother. You're going to be buried next to your mother-in-law for all eternity.
Oh, that's
and she says, don't you dare. I'll haunt you to the day you die. I'm like, you're going to haunt me even after I die. So what the hell difference does it make? I might as well get the last laugh.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that is too funny.
Yeah. I didn't do that, but
I behave themselves, right? Like we're the one that's going to be placing them somewhere.
Yeah. Well, she was getting to the point where she couldn't live alone anymore. And I had said to her, the last time I saw her was Mother's Day. And I said to her, look, you either have to go into assisted living in Jersey, come to Missouri and live with me, or go to Hawaii with my other sister. Yeah. And she looked at me, and her Italian side came out, and she got really nasty. And she was like, you see that bed in there? That's where I'm going to die when I'm good and freaking ready. Okay. I'm going to die there in my bed that I've been sleeping in for 25 years. And if you think you're going to take me anywhere, you can get out. And if the Grim Reaper comes before I'm ready, I'll tell him to get the hell out too. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do with this old lady?
That is too funny.
Yes, and I was in Washington State when she died, so I was 3,000 miles away, and I was calling her, and she didn't answer. So I knew she was dead. And you know, the cops, I asked the cops, like, where was she found? And he said in bed, but I didn't believe him because I figured they're just going to tell you to be nice, you know?
Right, right.
Until I got back to her place, her coffee cup was on the table, her remote control and her phone were right on the bed next to her. The pillows were propped up where she fell asleep.
Right.
She died in her sleep in her bed, just like she said she was going
I
to.
was just gonna say that in her bed where she wanted.
Yes. Yes. You know, and
Well,
she was,
she went peacefully, you know.
yeah. And she
Mhm.
was in the Air Force in 1956.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I had the honor guard there, and everything was red, white, and blue flags and everything.
Oh,
And they
wow.
shot the gun salute, and it was really nice.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put her in the cemetery she wanted to be in, but I put her in the veteran cemetery that
Yeah.
I don't even think she knew was there. I think she would have rather have had that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but you know, so now I'm upset because I don't have anybody to torture anymore. See, I was so depressed this whole election with Trump because she hated Trump with a passion.
Oh.
Yeah, so guess what I would do? All over the country, I would buy Trump t-shirts and bumper stickers and everything, and I would come back home and I would stick them in her panty drawer or in her kitchen cabinet, and like I would be gone, I'd leave, and like 3 weeks later she'd call me up and say, I just found that Trump crap you put in my closet. I hate him. We're all gonna die poor, and it's all gonna be his fault. And
That's too funny. You got her.
I know. And so she had an Air Force flag out front, and I took the flag down and I put a Trump flag up.
Mm.
And when she went out for the mail and she saw it, she started flipping out and she's like, everybody's around here is gonna think I'm a Republican. I was like, God, you say that like it's something horrible. She's like, it is. I said, well, I mean, come on, Mom. Like,
Yes.
it's what? One notch different from Satanist, right?
Oh, jeez.
But do you know Ben Shapiro?
No.
Ben Shapiro is a Republican commentator. He does YouTube and has a really big conservative platform.
Mm.
So I told my mother to watch this guy, and she's watching him and she's going, yeah, I like him. He makes a lot of sense. I agree with him. 2 weeks later, she calls me up and she goes, you lied. I said, I lied about what? She goes, he's a Republican. How dare you have me watch a Republican? And I was like, well, Mom, I think you're a Republican. She goes, how dare you say that? I am not. I voted for Kennedy. God damn it. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, you know, and I'm like, well, you were agreeing with him for 2 weeks.
Right.
You didn't care about what he was saying until you found out he was Republican. That's when you start hating him.
The title is what got her. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yes.
you know, I told her, I said, you know what, Mom? She says, what? I said, JFK would be a Republican today. And she said, what? No, he couldn't be. He was Irish Catholic. He couldn't be a Republican.
Oh, that is too funny.
Oh, okay. There's no Irish Catholic Republicans. Okay, Mom.
Yeah.
But I used to just torture her constantly. It kept her feisty.
It did, yes.
It did. But I miss her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your son.
Oh, thank you. And I'm sorry about your mom. It's hard losing parents. Both mine are gone too.
Yeah, but you expect to lose your parents. You don't expect to lose your kids.
No.
It's hard.
Yeah. I was supposed to go before him. He passed a week before Christmas.
Oh.
Back in 96. Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this thing that I made, I volunteer every Friday, and then they have a women's group, and anybody's welcome to go. But so I go to it. Recently I've gone. I wasn't always going. But when I made that keychain, It has the
Mm.
angel wing, and then that little pennant at the bottom says believe. So this
Oh.
represents my son and I. The angel wing is him, obviously, but the believe at the bottom there, that little silver pennant, is
Yeah.
I believed in myself enough to get through something so traumatic to where I am today, and I turned it back into positive living. So
Right.
that's what that one represents. Yeah.
Well, and that's pretty much what I've said. Like, I know so many people that if they would have went through what I went through, they'd be drug addicts or alcoholics, or
Absolutely.
they blame everything, everything on their life. They blame it on somebody or on the situation. And I don't know. It's like people said to me, "How could you come into trucking? Because it's hard." And I was like, "This ain't crap compared to what I've lived through." So
Yeah. You've had quite the journey. You could probably write a book just on what you've been through in your life.
Yeah, I didn't want to until my mother passed.
Yeah.
Now I just don't have time. But
Yeah.
but
Eventually you will. Eventually you'll have time.
maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But and my sister she became a drug addict and she became schizophrenic from the drugs.
Wow.
And she died on New Year's Day.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like so she died New Year's Day of 2011, and then the flood hit and the earthquake hit and the hurricane hit, and I lost everything, and the car and the house and everything was gone. And then a couple months later in October is when my boyfriend died.
Unbelievable. That's so much tragedy in such a short time.
Yeah. I'm gonna admit I went a little nuts that year.
You would have,
I went just a little nuts. Yeah. But
understandably so. I mean, that's a lot to take in such a short time.
Yeah, the next year is when I start writing the books. And I just locked myself in the room. I actually took 2 and 3 weeks at a time off from work, and I told them I was sick, and I got doctors to write me notes and everything saying I couldn't go to work, and I wrote the books, and it just made me feel better. It was very therapeutic.
Yeah, writing is.
Yeah. But every once in a while too, I know it sounds weird, but I really feel like my sister's around me.
Yeah.
It's
a good feeling.
Everyone. Well, sometimes it's a little creepy though. You're
like, go away.
Yeah.
I'm a little busy here. Come back another time.
Or something will be out of place, and you just wonder, like, yo, Rhonda, like, you screwing with me again, that kind of thing. And if I told anybody, they'd want to get me a drug test. I'm telling you. But
too funny.
One of her favorite songs plays on the radio on my Pandora. I don't even have classic rock on my Pandora, but one of her favorite songs from Leonard Skinner winds up playing every time I drive past a Harley Davidson place.
Right.
She was really big motorcycle person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a boyfriend that he didn't believe it. And then we're driving past the dealership one day, and here comes, Give Me 3 Steps by Leonard Skinner. And he looks at me and he's like, is that real? He's like, you realize there's a bike dealer right there? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I told you. You didn't believe me. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, so much symbolism out there.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just know.
Or I just need it to make me feel better, so I invented it in my head. Either way.
I don't know. So I wonder about a lot of stuff like that too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we don't know. We never know. I mean, maybe it is invented in our head. I don't know, but
well,
it's comforting. It's comforting, I guess, is the best way to put it. It's just comforting when you see. Maybe it's a coincidence, and if it is, well, I mean, it's comforting to us, right?
I don't know. Something that was really weird. My mother's mother, she had something wrong with her, Like her doctor told her she had some kind of a virus or a flu or something, and he gave her antibiotics. And 2 weeks later, she was still sick. And he said to her, "Well, I don't know what the hell you want from me. Go to the hospital then." Well, she was 83-year-old lady in Philadelphia where they didn't drive. She walked everywhere. She walked herself 10 blocks to the hospital, and then they said to her, how much pain are you in? And she says, "Oh, about a 5." And they said, "You should be in excruciating pain." She says, "Well, first off, I'm old. I'm supposed to be in pain. And second off, I had 10 kids natural childbirth. So this is nothing compared to that."
Yeah.
And they told her that she had cancer that spread to 3 different parts of her body, and she only had 3 weeks to live.
Oh my goodness.
And she said, "Oh, well, give me some morphine then. And make sure that I don't die on St. Patty's Day because I'm Irish. I got to last past St. Patty's Day." I'm serious.
Wow.
On March,
She wanted to get through to that.
yeah. So on March 18th, the day after St. Patty's Day, after not talking, not saying a word for 3 weeks, she sat up in the bed and started talking to her dead husband. And she said, "Howard, what are you doing? What do you mean we're going on a date? Where'd you get that ugly blue suit? I'm not going anywhere with you looking in that suit with that ugly tie."
Oh, that's funny.
And she goes, "Oh, flowers for me?" And she says, "Okay, I'm ready now." And then she just fell over and died.
Wow.
Now, if I wasn't there, I wouldn't have believed it.
Wow.
But I was there.
It makes you wonder if they're really thinking, like if they really do see it, like, I mean, we don't, but do they really,
She stared out into space like she was really looking at something.
Wow.
And at one point, my mother had a stroke or a heart attack or something. They didn't even know.
Yeah.
And I found her unconscious. And at one point, she pretty much went through the same thing at the hospital.
Wow.
And she was really calm and sweet and totally unlike herself.
Yeah.
And they asked her, "Oh, are you in pain?" And she says, "Well, I'm supposed to be in pain. I'm old." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going through this again." Right? And I really thought she was going to die. They told me she had stage 4 cancer, but they didn't know where it was, but they could tell because of one of her blood tests. Right. So they kept doing all these tests, and they told me we're keeping her in the hospital for at least a month. And they moved her to a different section. So I went and got, stuff people need, robes and slippers and underwear and everything to take to her. And she had been in there for a week. And when I showed up, she's screaming at the nurse's aide. And the lady's like, "Ma'am, you have to buzz me to let me take you to the bathroom." And my mother turned and she's like, "Do you know how old I am? I've been going to the bathroom by myself since I was 2 years old. And I got 5 kids. And I taught them all how to go to the bathroom. So I don't need you teaching me how to go to the bathroom." And the lady's like, "Ma'am, you fell. I need to assist you."
Yeah.
And she's like, "The only thing you need to do is get out of my way." Right? And the lady is like, "Ma'am, you have to get back in bed." And, and she actually, my mother said to her, she was only 5 foot nothing. She was so short and tiny. And she looked at her and said, "Don't think I'm afraid of you. My kids are bigger than you, and I'll stand on a chair and I'll smack them in the face. Don't think I won't do it to you too." Right?
That's hilarious.
So I come in and she looks at me and says, "You pack my stuff and let's go. I want a salmon dinner." And
I want a salmon dinner.
Yeah, and the doctor comes in. And the doctor sees my mom upset. Her blood pressure's going through the roof. The heart monitor's going beep, 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 beep. And I said to the doctor, "Can she go home?" And the doctor says, "Well, I'm really concerned about her now. She's been good, but, she's totally not herself." And I looked at her, I said, "Doc, this is my mother. You've been talking to a vegetable for a week. Doctor, meet my real mother. This is her. This is why I've been so concerned." Yeah. And my mother looks at the doctor and goes, I just needed my batteries recharged. My expiration date's not up yet.
Oh, that is too funny. Jeez.
And I said to the doctor, I was like, can I take her home? Because she's just going to get more and more upset. If I take her home, she's going to calm down. Her blood pressure will go back to normal. She wants to be home. The doctor's like, yeah, okay. And I said, well, can I give her salmon? What is she allowed to eat? And the doctor looked at me and goes, just give her whatever the hell she wants so she'll leave you alone. And I was like, okay. So at that point, I thought, okay, well, she's 78. I guess I'll just give her whatever she wants to make her happy.
Oh.
But I can't believe, my batteries aren't. I just needed them recharged. My expiration date's not up. All right. You got to go take care of your little baby there.
Yep, she's getting really restless. She's like, oh, little old me down here.
It was really nice meeting you, though.
Yeah, it was nice chatting with you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we've never been on together. But
no, we haven't until now.
Yeah, I've always listened, though.
Yeah.
I always play it. All right. Well, you be safe and stay warm and take care of the little baby there.
Well, I'm going to be getting your book and enjoying it, so...
Oh, good. I want to hear what you think. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll definitely update you and let you know.
Cool. All right. Good night.
All right. Well, have a good night, and we'll chat again soon.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Take care. Well, guys, this is the end of today. Well, for me. Thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy all my time with each and every one of you guys. Have a beautiful night. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you again on Sunday at 5 p.m. So take care, guys, and we will chat to you again soon. Bye, guys.